Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Flesh and Blood stream. Today, we're going to be doing some more more Syndra testing, but today's focus is really going to be around Tome of the Imperial Flame, and does it fit well into the red line variation of the Syndra deck? Somebody shot me this idea yesterday. I was out and about and very busy yesterday, but somebody shot me this idea yesterday, and I thought it might be pretty cool to test this idea just to kind of see how it felt. I'm pretty open to playing different things and trying different strategies. I haven't really considered Tome of Imperial Flame yet. I'm generally not a big fan of Tome of Imperial Flame as a card. Plus, I've just never really owned them, and they're like $30 for no reason, so I just kind of stay away from those cards. But if I need to buy Tome of Imperial Flame for Nationals, I will. Like, I'm open to whatever I need to do. Also, side note, BNR coming out tomorrow, so keep an eye out for what's going on with BNR. Tomorrow's stream will probably be pretty focused around BNR and how that transitions our Syndra deck into what the new meta is going to look like. So anyway, we're going to start off by talking about the list and what we're playing today. And then from there, we're going to jump in and we're going to start playing some games. Yo, Thomas, Ben, Mekado, Rose, guys, thanks for coming by and hanging out. I appreciate y'all chilling today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the deck, and let's just get started. So taking a look at the deck, this is our 54 card main deck. Originally, I was on three copies of Hunt the Hunter in the main deck because I felt like it worked a little bit cleaner with March of Loyalty. But after some, behind the scenes testing and a couple of suggestions from my buddy Trent, we've ended up running Art of the Dragonfire. I know that a few people have told me Art of the Dragonfire is just like a main staple. I've really been worried about fealty generation with March of Loyalty, and are we going to have enough fealty to make Art of Dragonblood and Art of the Dragonfire, plus cards when we need to play, when we need to utilize Oath of Loyalty? Like, are we going to have enough value to be able to keep that going? So things like that. But I think this card's going to fit a little bit better today. We'll see how today's goes. I am on 3 copies of Tome of Imperial Flame. We're on 3 Ignite and 3 Art of Dragonblood. So we're basically on like 9 resource cards. And then we are also on the chest piece, the blood splattered vest that helps us get resources. Yo, Martin, what's up, dude? I want to point out that Tome of Imperial Flame feels quite shit outside of Flamescale Furnace. I mean, I believe that, but it also just gives us two resources, right? Like, we don't really need... I don't know. Like, I'm really stuck. And I hear what you're saying, Topple. Like, I completely get what you're saying. But I'm curious to know, like, is there a world where we can make the 2 resources work from Tome of Imperial Flame with Blood Splattered Vest? Like, I'm curious to know if, like, maybe there's a combo there. And I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, the value that you get with Flamescale Furnace, which we do have in our sideboard, makes a lot of sense because you're able to have a 3rd resource there. But I'm curious to know, like, there's so many 0-cost cards in our deck. Are we able to utilize Tome of Imperial Flame with Ignite and Art of the Dragonblood to be able to make all these, like, 0 and 1-costers work? Because there's really only 6 1-cost cards in the main deck. Now, we do have some others in the sideboard that we're going to talk about. We're playing Sound the Alarm. It's really our only other 1-coster. So, at most, we're going to be on 9 1-cost cards. And I feel like Tome of the Imperial Flame, or Tome of Imperial Flame, I keep saying the Tome of Imperial Flame could work without Furnace in this deck because we really only need to utilize it to throw daggers or to throw a Chain Ender if we have to. So it's probably a card we're going to try and arsenal and set up 5-card hands with. I don't know how great it's going to be. Like, I really don't know. I'm curious to see what it feels like. But we're just kind of testing today to see how it plays and how it feels. So anyway, that's the deck. The other thing that we're also kind of testing today is you'll notice I have the Loyalty Beyond the Grave in the maybe board down here, and I am playing Sink Belows today. I'm curious to know if more 0-for-4 defense reactions will just feel a little bit better, maybe make some things feel a little bit cleaner. So that's what we're running today. That's what we're testing. Curious to see how all this feels. We've already got a game in Comp CC. We'll just go ahead and join this one and see what we got going on. I'm also going to test my theory that going first in the mirror is better, which I know is probably not like the hottest take in the world, but that's what I'm thinking. So Sink Below, Shelters, and we're going to bring in Sound the Alarms. We could bring in Warmongers. Oh, no, we're on 54 cards. Never mind. This is not the blue version of the deck where I'm on 51 main deck. So the 54 main deck means we bring in the 6 defense reactions, and we're just going to run it like it is. So I'm curious to see if there's any world where us going first is actually better, because I've went second every time I've played the mirror, and honestly, it's felt kind of weird because if you just draw like a really weird hand, there's not a lot you can do. So I'm actually really curious to try going first and seeing how it feels. That's not what I wanted to do. Lord, opening up Premiere Pro over here. I didn't see the full deck. I can see a timeline going first is average better on Syndra. I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious to know if going first is just better. I don't know. Like, it kind of feels like there might be a world where going first is just better. Like, Tome of Imperial Flame works really well right here. I think it works really well because we're going to draw 2 cards and pitch 2 cards, and then we'll have, well, we'll go up to 5 and down to 3. So we'll be able to arsenal like Art of the Dragonfire or something. The other option is pretty awkward here. I think we're going to have to lead on Tome and see what we want to pitch. I'm really curious to know if this works as well as I hope. Also, with the fact that we're just on 60 red cards is really good as well. So we have the option to go Dagger, break the combat chain. No, actually, we're not even going to do that, right? Are we going to... We are going to pitch 2 red cards. We just have to decide which 2 cards we want to pitch. I like Tome could combo higher with costs like CNC. That's true. It could play well with cards like CNC. So we have to pitch 2 red cards. I'm thinking that we're going to pitch the Art of the Dragonfire and the Blood Runs Deep is what I'm thinking. Was watching live but didn't notice your hand. I closed the stream. Oh. Hope our game is good as well. My opponent said they were watching the stream and they ended up closing the stream, which I thought was nice of them. So if we pitch Art of the Dragonfire and Blood Runs Deep, I get to go Dagger. Off the 2 resources, break the combat chain. Dagger. Ignite, Demonstrate Devotion, make a fealty, arsenal the Wrath of Retribution, and try to set up a big hand. Which I think is fine. Like, I think this is an okay hand. I get to get both of my daggers back, and we get to try and potentially push Mask. Like, I don't know, maybe there's a weird world where I'm supposed to pitch Wrath, but I feel like having Wrath is a really good play. My opponent calling my bluff here, probably knowing that I'm going to break the combat chain. I wonder if I'm not supposed to break the combat chain because of how they blocked right there, maybe. But you get to set up first 5-card hand. Yeah, I'm curious to know, because it's honestly weird, because like I've played multiple games where I have been the person who goes second, and I'll draw like 2 defense reactions, and it's just super awkward. And so I think because we're running like so many defense reactions, there's actually a world where going first could be better. All right, so we ended up pushing through 2 points of damage here, and we're going to set up a Wrath of Retribution, which I think is pretty good. I think overall this is a pretty good hand. We are going to close the combat chain. We're going to go Blood Runs Deep first, and then Arsenal Wrath. So I could go Rising Resentment, Blaze Headlong, pitch Shelter to play Wrath, and then go Dagger, Dagger, Blood Runs Deep, which feels pretty okay to me. We kind of forced to give them Mask if that's the play we're going to make, but I think it's okay. Isn't Dagger, Dagger, Blood Runs Deep to buy both daggers back better? Well, that would only be what? That would be Dagger, Dagger, Blood Runs Deep would be 1, 2, 4, 6 damage, as opposed to the 1, 2, 4, 8, 9 damage that we threatened. I think our play was a little better, Justin. I don't know. I could be wrong. Breaking the chain to Dagger, break, Dagger, ignite, flick, retrieves make more sense. Oh, sure. I think it's a sweet play to be able to make that happen. I don't gain resources on either of them. Am I going to give them Mask here? I mean, if we give them Mask, we have a pretty good play, right? Because we essentially get to go Rising Resentment, Blaze Headlong, Pitch Shelter to Wrath of Retribution. And then it's dagger for 2, blood runs deep. Buy back the daggers, dagger for 2. I mean, I guess we should block here and just utilize the extra damage, right? No, I think it's fine. I think we'll go to 31. You think Levia will get a new card in High Seas? It's very possible that Levia does get a new card in High Seas. I could actually see her getting like an expansion slot card. I could see that. Hey, Zero, what's up, dude? There's Snatch. Are you talking about like we could be playing Snatch in our list? Is that what you mean, Zero? Huh. So the mask ended up not mattering. There's also a weird world. I must have drawn the Warmonger's Diplomacy, where right here, we just go flick a dagger, but I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's correct. Can Olympia get a weapon finally? Johnny, you keep hanging on to that dream, brother. I'm hanging on to that dream for you, fam. There's a Snatch in this deck? I'm not playing Snatch in this deck. No, I am not. Hey, let's go. Carly, the love of my life with 36 months of Prime support, baby. Thank you so much. Carly, the best in the whole world. Thank you, baby. 3 years is actually crazy. It's crazy to think that I've been streaming that long. It is crazy to think that I have been streaming that long. So it's going to be Kunai for 2. I do not need a resource for anything. We're going to go Kunai for 2. Again, we do not need a resource for anything. We're going to go Blood Runs Deep. We're going to flick both of our daggers, put our opponent down to 28. And then if this hits, we draw off Mask. Because we have the starter for next turn, I'm just going to go ahead and go dagger, dagger, flick the first dagger. Because I would rather get the value here this way by setting up another 0 for 3. I think because we have the 0 for 3 in Arsenal here, it's fine. If we drew like a potential ender, there's a world where I was just going to throw the dagger and then gain a resource off the vest, use the fealty to throw the ender, and then try to keep one of the daggers for next turn. I think that would have been a better play pattern, but since we have it set up this way, to gain a 10-point life lead, and we get to set up a card. I mean, how wide did we go there? What did we go? 8 wide? No, it's not what I wanted.
Let's freaking go.
That is not what I wanted. Yo, Magvag, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot. Guys, by the way, if you're here for the first time or you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're new, and they are, what's your name, what got you into Flesh and Blood, and what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. I would love to get to know you guys. I am not going to block this dagger. I'm going to block the second dagger, which they'll probably throw at us. Get my boy a weapon. I will not leave him. Listen, I love the dedication. I love the dedication, to be honest, dude. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yo, Tai Tao, I really hope I said that right. Thank you for the 2 months of Prime support, man. Really appreciate that. It means a lot. Really means a lot. Uh-oh. That could be awkward. I think I'm just gonna give sync here, right? Like, I want to be able to play my hand here if I need to. I'm not gonna play Art of the Dragon Blood, but double throw dagger is a little awkward, actually. Olympia will never get a weapon. He already has the Decimator Axe. He just needs more axe cards. I mean, more axe cards could be cool. I'm not going to sink anything. I kind of like our hand the way it's set up here. We can always utilize March of Loyalty off the flight path here if I need to. I don't really want to give up flight path this early, but I will if I need to. Uh-oh. Ooh, we got to block that. That's unfortunate. That is just unfortunate. We could not let them have our flick knives here. So if I block with Art of the Dragonblood and Ignite... Actually, what if I block March of Loyalty and Ignite, and then I go 3-go again, and then we Arsenal the Art of the Dragonblood? We have the fealty set up for next turn. I am technically giving up a point this turn. I could block Art of the Dragonblood and Ignite here, and then throw 4 and keep this. I think that's better, right? We have the Vest for resources, so I think this is just a better play. Yeah, I like this better. I'm down for more Axe support, to be honest. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, but I'm down for more Axe support. Like, I think more Axe support would be cool. Like, you don't have to twist my arm very hard to, like, I don't know, like, I like the idea of, like, weapons like Great Axe, like these, like, slower decks that like to block and play the mid-range game. I know they're not very popular, but I enjoy them personally. Rabble, Fealty, Art of the Dragonblood. No, we only have one Fealty. We've got to use the Fealty for the Art of the Dragonfire. So is it... Man, this is awkward. Are we blocking with Art of the Dragonfire? This is a weird hand. I don't really want to block on the first one here, but... If I crack Art of the Dragonblood here, I could block Art of the Dragonfire. I mean, I guess I could technically... No, I can't. Like, the resource would be good. We could use the Flick Knives here. Maybe we just give them everything. And then it's Rabble, Rising Resentment, crack Fealty Token, Art of the Dragonblood. So, or maybe we're supposed to... My opponent just said my turn 2 was pretty good. Yeah, my turn 2 was pretty solid with the Wrath. I think we're going to take this because I think we have a world where we can lead on Rising Resentment. Actually, is there a world where we lead on... We go Rabble? No, I want to lead on Art of the Dragonblood, I think is going to be the play here. I think we're going to lead on Art of the Dragonblood. Yo, Milkman, what up, dude? Yeah, we'll go ahead and take 3 more here. You think Ira is going to get an Art of the Dragon Scale in the Armory deck as a combo Vengeance card? That would be a cool card, Topple. I would be here for that. That would be a cool card. I think we're just going to go ahead and give up Mask. Like, we're going to be up 1 point. And they're going to have 2 cards in hand. It just depends. They did gain a resource, which means they might have something pretty powerful. So maybe we're supposed to block this. Nah, we'll just go to 18. We'll try to keep our hand. As long as it's not another Art of the Dragon Scale, we're in a pretty okay place, I think, here. Hey, Bruno, what's up, buddy? I like to stream earlier on the weekends if I can, because I like to be able to... I really like to, you know, offer, like, different times when I can on the weekend. So it's nice to be able to stream earlier for me as well, because I like to get to hang out with everybody else, you know, around the world. And I know that my normal time doesn't work for a lot of people, so I'm glad it's working for you. I'm glad that this is working a better time zone for you. Yo, what up, Lunatic? How are you, dude? This is a wonderful Draconic stream. You are correct. So they've already hit Mask, so we go to 10, and then we still get to have a pretty good turn here. We get to have a pretty good turn here. Admittedly, Blood Runs Deep is not the best thing in the world, but... Am I going to Pro Tour Singapore? Yes, I am. I will be in Singapore. Carly and I are currently looking at our flights right now. So we're going to crack this, lead on Art of the Dragonblood. I mean, to be honest, like, you blocking here is kind of good for me. I kind of like this. And then it's going to be Rising Resentment. And since you blocked on the first chain link, you probably don't block here. Unless your hand is just, like, really bad. Yeah, so this hitting is actually really solid because it lets us banish the Art of the Dragonfire to make this cost 1 less. And then from here, it's actually going to be Blood Runs Deep. We're going to activate Syndra. So Blood Runs Deep. With the trigger on the stack, we're going to activate Syndra. Actually, are we supposed to do that, or are we supposed to wait and save the Flick Knives and keep a dagger? I'm sorry. I apologize. I think this is wrong. I think we're just supposed to let this happen so that we can keep one dagger if we need to. Hey Dot, what's up, brother? Yeah, dude. I like to go live earlier in the day if I can, when it's my opponent was being super nice and asked me if I needed to my opponent was asking me if I needed to like restart the whole turn, which I think was super nice of them. I really appreciate my opponent being cool, about stuff like that, because a lot of people aren't. And like I have seen more information, so if they didn't want me to have that, I would understand. I am not going to utilize this. We're going to throw Ravenous Rabble, which is guaranteed to be for 4. There are literally 0 blues in our deck. If they give this to us, we're going to draw Mask. We're going to draw the Sink Below off Mask, which is a great arsenal target. And then we're going to end on Art of the Dragonfire because of the reduction. But they have a Loyalty Beyond the Grave. Wax On. I don't know why they blocked with Vest. I'll ask if they want to restart. That's fine with me. Like, I'm completely okay with that. Like, things happen. Things happen. I get it. So we cracked Fealty. Art of the Dragon Blood came through. They blocked with Lava Burst, yep, and the Flight Path. We go Rising Resentment for 3. They do not block this. This hits, we banish the Art of the Dragon Fire to get value, so that we can throw it for free. And then we throw Blood Runs Deep. We had talked about activating Syndra with this on the chain, but we decided not to because I would like to have a dagger for next turn, which I ultimately think is the better play. And then from here, in the reaction step, we utilize Flick Knives. This puts our opponent down to 13. We have a dagger set up for next turn. Mask is still on the chain link. We come in for 4. This is where our opponent blocks with the Wax On. And they completely shut down our Mask turn. But that is okay because they have 1 card in hand. We're down 3 points, but we're coming in for 5. So I think ultimately that was a pretty good turn cycle there. I just booked one of the budget pod capsules. Yo, dude, Milkman, let's go. I'm super happy you're going to be there, man. I love that. Anyone here in Olympia Huntsman enjoyer? So I have to say, Topple, I actually really enjoy Huntsman as a hero. I think that Huntsman is a really cool design, and I wish they leaned into it more. I don't get a chance to play Huntsman very often just because, Oh, they crack both the... Oh, lol. That's funny. This is a really awkward hand. I think we have to lead on pitching the Sink Below here, right? And then we can actually utilize the Vest. And then it's going to be cut through for 3. In reactions, we're going to flick the dagger. Please no shelter. Okay, thank God. This hits. We are going to gain a resource because we needed to activate Syndra. Another Wax On. Okay, so they're drawing their D-reacts in a good but kind of clunky fashion because now they're down on life and we have a really good tempo positioning right now. So we did hit with the Flick Knives last turn, so this is still Chain Link 2 for Mask here. Blood of the Drakai next? Ooh, I don't know about Blood of the Drakai. I kind of like the idea of playing that card, but I think that that is more of like, practice than actually good, if I'm being honest, Derek. Hope next Assassin set isn't purely stealth like how it was with Outsiders. Yeah, I like that. I hope they go back to some of the contract stuff. I know they said they won't, but I hope they do. Do you want to get together at some point next week to chat through Puffin builds? Yes, Dot. I absolutely want to do that, brother. I absolutely want to do that. Please, let's do that. Like, I'm dead serious, fam. I'm here for that. 1, Puffin looks awesome, and 2, like, I'm all about, like, getting together and, like, collabing and chatting and stuff like that, dude. So let me know, man. Let's do it. but I want it to be good. Listen, I have a cold foil I would love to play. I want it to be good too. I think that's just not the world we live in. My opponent is at 3. I think we're okay with blocking with Mask here, right? We can't really... Actually, no, we can go Oath, Loyalty, Crack It, Rabble. Yeah, this hand's insane. And we get to block 4 here. This is really good. Not even contract cards. More things like Sneak Attack. Ooh, Sneak Attack is a cool card. I actually really like Sneak Attack. I don't need the resource. I mean, I guess I could use it to throw the dagger as well, and then buy 1 back because I'm going to have 4 Draconic Chain Links. I think I'm actually just going to go to 5 here. Well, I guess I'm going to go to 4 technically because of the flick, but yeah. Yeah, I think I'm okay just going to 4 and arsenaling the Shelter. Like, I think arsenaling the Shelter is really powerful because we're not going to draw a card. We just gave up our Mask, which I think is correct. Because every card we attack with forces a card. Except for Display Loyalty, I suppose. All right. Yeah. So we are going to flick, gain a resource. It's worth noting that if they had had Shelter last turn, we probably would have just lost on the spot. So they're down to 2. If they take this, they go to 1. I mean, they're kind of forced to, but they kind of can at the same time. Seems a bit early to flick. I'm flicking there because I want to be able to, like, force them to, like... I'm forcing my opponent to make a bad decision here, right? Because if they give me a card, they're probably dead. And if they don't give me a card, they're at 1, which means next turn, I've pretty much got this locked up. So yeah, they do this. I agree it was a bit early to flick, but I think it's fine. The other option there, and I think kind of what Gavin you might be referencing, is that there was a world where I could have waited. Now, we're going to activate Cinder to get a dagger back, and then we're going to Arsenal. My opponent just said GG. I was like, I try not to slow roll people. I guess because of life totals, I'm supposed to give up the Shelter last turn, but... Oh, I should have just attacked with a dagger. That was stupid. That was stupid. We're just going to give him the Oath here. Or the Shelter, I mean. And then we have a really good turn. I should have just attacked with a dagger last turn and won last turn. That was just a bad play. I'm going to have to write that down as a misplay. I think it's very possible that Dash.io gets, like, some good cards from the set. I think it is very, very possible that Dash.io has some... that Dash.io gets some, like, good buffs from the set. Also, like, being able to threaten 23 on turn 2 was really solid. It looked really good. It is also worth noting that the Tome of Imperial Flame looked really good on turn 0 there. Having it on turn 0 looked really clean. Let's go ahead and log this game here. We did get a win. Turn 0 Tome set us up for 23 damage Wrath turn on turn 2. Missed lethal at the end. Should have attacked with dagger to close it out. Just a small misstep there. Now, we were in such a commanding position that it didn't really matter, but it's still just an incorrect play, and I need to make sure that I'm doing things correctly like that, because plays like that could be the difference between winning and losing at Nationals. So we want to make sure. Yo, let's play against a Puffin. I guess we want to go second? I don't know. I'm curious to play against Puffin. It worked really well on it worked really well on turn 0, Trent. I've been working on a hard dagger build for targeting my local scene with Nerve Scalpel. Oh, dude, let's go. Flicking daggers on daggers is ironically solid. I actually agree with you. Yo, why? What up, dude? How are you, brother? I think they're intentionally holding off on showing stuff like powers her up. We're missing a few slots that are known to be items. Oh, come on, don't disconnect. I just want to play games against new decks too. Yeah, let's play against Puffin. Like, I think playing against Puffin would be cool. Oh, they're gonna DC again. Never mind. I just won't make you sit there. Is this gonna be the same person? Shadow non-attack action? Huh. All right, so against Puffin, come on. I mean, maybe this person wants to play against me. I think it'd be fun to play against the new heroes, to be honest. Like, ugh. All right, come on. Maybe they'll want to play me this time. I don't know. They really don't like me. I mean, listen, I don't think it's me. I think it's the Syndra hero. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Syndra. Just sit in an open queue and let them come to me. That's actually not a bad idea, right? Let's do open CC. Like, let's play open CC and see if somebody wants to play against Syndra. I would like to play against some of the new heroes, to be honest. Like, I think it'd be fun to test against some of the new heroes and get some of those games in. It was my B-Day yesterday, and I bought myself some high C stuff. Yo, dude, let's go. That sounds like an awesome weekend. Happy belated birthday, Y. I'm sorry I missed it yesterday, brother. Don't think they're adding too many items. I'm expecting more attack action cards and non-attack generators. I could also see that. Puffin players know. What's up, Max? Against Ira, we'll go second, I guess. Sure. I think the plan against Ira is just the defense reactions. Okay, it's open CC. You can see what I'm playing, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Killing me, Smalls. I will go first. Okay. Okay, good luck, have fun. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to play Sound the Alarm, and I guess we'll play Sync. I don't know. I don't really have a gravy sideboard plan right now. Wait, no, none of these have Phantasm, right? Yeah, no. No Phantasm, no poppers. No poppers. I paid like $300 for a case because our store does discounts. Yo, that's awesome, dude. You have an opinion on them? I feel like if Dash IE never LLs, Puffin is just going to bias the pistol. I mean, oh, Warmongers is good? Okay, let's try Warmongers over Sync then. Yeah, I mean, I think the one with potential go again could be pretty good, in my opinion. Listen, I'm here to try it. I'm here to try Warmongers and see what happens. Dagger. Yo, what? Your next pirate attack this turn gets when this hits a hero still a gold. Otherwise, create a gold token. Huh. Yo, if you haven't created or destroyed a gold token, okay. Interesting. Oh, they don't have a weapon yet? That's kind of sad. They need cards like Flying High to both play a guy and attack. Okay, so we're not really going to be able to... Draw a card, then discard a card. If a blue card is put into your graveyard this turn, you may play cards with Watery Grave from your graveyard. Okay, so they can't play that, but they can set it up. I feel like that's a good card. Sawbones Dockhand. All right. Dealio. Deal-E-O. I'm not going to use the vest. I know that like we're kind of like not really utilizing the... mask a momentum trigger here, but I'm more interested in just getting both of my daggers back. So we're going to go dagger, rabble, blaze headlong, get our daggers, flick one of the daggers in arsenal, art of the dragonfire. Is a whip that taps an ally? That could be cool. It's only on turns where you... Oh, okay. So it's only on turns where they use it. Okay, that makes sense too. That does make sense. Getting to leak 2 damage here is pretty good, I feel like. No Warmongers, please. Was there a world we were just supposed to play Warmongers? I mean, yeah, let's just go ahead and flick the dagger. Let's keep it alive. We might as well, right? We are not going to gain a resource because we're going to have 2 Draconic Chain Links we don't need to. It's going to be Blaze de Headlong. He will. They're just showing it super late for some reason. I mean, is my opponent just giving me Mask here? I mean, yeah. I'm going to just throw Hot on their heels because if it connects, they concede. Oh, was 2 cards they couldn't block. Cool. All right, cool. Yeah, so we'll probably play like a different game than this time. We'll probably play against like a hero that's already out there. All right, I want to play against New. I think that should be a fun matchup. I think we want to go second here. I think this could be a fun matchup. The question is, do we want to block it all? Like, do we want Furnace? Probably not, right? We're probably just on sinks and shelters here. Are we also on sound the alarms? Like, are we just on 63? I think I'm okay just being on 63, right? Is this an Imperial Seal of Command matchup? Oh, it was a crazy early concession, but they also just didn't want to play against us, I think. So it is what it is. Yeah, we'll try this. We'll just try 63 and see how it feels. See if we can get some cool stuff going with Tome early. We're playing against New, and we are going second. Guys, by the way, thanks for hanging out today. I know there's ProQuests and all kinds of stuff going on today, so I appreciate y'all chilling and being here with me today. Means a lot. I mean, they're probably just going to buff this up, I imagine. That or they thought they're playing Slippy. Sounds like an auto loss for Huntsman. What's your idea on Arachne Huntsman versus Syndra? I mean, we played against one the other day, right? And like they were trying to race us and do some stuff like that, which I think is like fine. I don't think it's very good, if I'm being honest. I think it's fine. I just don't think they have the ability to race us, was kind of like how it felt during the game. But I don't know, I could be wrong. Like you could probably set up some like crazy coercive tendency turns and, you know, and like try to do some stuff like that. There's not a single blue in our deck. Their hero ability does nothing. I guess we'll get rid of the Tome. I mean, I like having these 2 cards together. But yeah, I think it's not going to be very good for them. I don't know. I kind of hope Necro will go phylacteries. Just like, for example, Enigma's weapon was a scroll. Oh, so you want something that's not like traditionally a weapon. Gotcha. I gotcha. That could be pretty cool. I'm here for something like that. Would be a lot of fun. Brand, Rabble, Blood Runs Deep, Cut Through, get our daggers back. I'm gonna do my best not to Arsenal as much as I can this game. So if anyone will LL after PQ. So if there's any hero that I think has a chance, it's New, because New won one of the Battle Hardens, right? Somebody told me, I think it was Trent told me that New, after winning the Battle Harden, has to win 25. I think it was 25 total. Has to win 25 total ProQuests. ProQuest Plus. Which, I mean, I think is doable, right? Like, that sounds like not that crazy. I agree that Dash IE deserves an LL, but I don't know that we're going to get one this weekend. You want the truth? Dash IE was the first hero I ever played. I would love nothing more than to be able to LL Dash IE. I love Dash IE. Okay, I mean, that's fine. We'll activate Syndra in response. I'm also curious to see how bad this matchup is without me having the dagger recursion. Yo, Yudo, what up, brother? Close enough. What up, Chris? I don't know who won Hartford. Tome was very good game 1, Gabriel. The only thing we've done so far is banish it this game. I think I'm just gonna flick a dagger here. Like, I think I'm okay with just flicking one. Just why not at this point? Just kind of feels like the play. It's an extra piece at point of damage we can get across here this turn. Did Florian win? I know that Florian's been, like, dominating all weekend. I heard Florian was in the finals of all 3 Battle Hardens, is what somebody told me. Now, again, Trent told me that. Trent's a very trustworthy source, so I would take that for what it's worth, because Trent's a very trustworthy person. Was won by CYB Bravo? Yo, that's gas. What do you think of a pirate hat that lets you drink Gold Kiss rum as though you were a pirate? Go on. I'm in. I'm in, dude. I'm in, dot. Florian won Hartford? Yeah, classic. Freaking Florian, bro. Freaking Florian, bro. I think they have a Bonds of Agony in their hand. Florian won 2 Battle Hardens? Yeah, sounds about right. I'm gonna block this dagger with the flight path here. This hand's kind of awkward, doesn't really do a lot. We could throw a Sound the Alarm if we wanted to. Like, this hand might be a block with Shelter. Or block with Sync, actually. We are gonna block with Sync, but we're gonna put one of the Sound the Alarms on the bottom here. Do 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 do. Huh. Yo, that's not very cash money of you, pal. And they managed to sink below. So there's a sink below. There's 2 sink belows gone. Ugh. It's not cool. Dude. Finals in Hartford was Florian versus Vin. Brody was the Vin. I mean, I would like to see Vin LL just because I don't like that hero. Why did that get banished? Oh, they took that from my hand. So I'm just going to throw 4 and Arsenal the 3. I think this is one of the few situations where I will make an exception because Brand is just a really good starter. Listen, I hate Succumb or whatever it's called. I hate Succumb and I hate Cole, dude. Hate those cards. So, no, I won't take it back. You're just sad you have a bad matchup into Vin? Yeah. You dang right, son. Hating my favorite child that is Vincent. Hate to break it to you, but you might be waiting a while for that one. Probably. That is probably the sad truth, Justin. That is probably the sad truth, Justin. Yo, what up, Sam? How are you, brother? I never said it was bad. I said I hate the card. I never said it was bad. I said I hate the card. And I do. That card can... Yeah, hate that card, dude. You know how many times over the last, 6 months I've been like, oh boy, man, we have an Arc Lightning Flicker Whisper, and I just need them to not have one thing right here every time, like clockwork. They were like, oh, brother, I've got it. It probably hates you too. Honestly, it probably does. BRB starting Succumb to Temptation Hate Club. Please start that. Start that club. I will join. I don't care the costs. I will join. I will pay a monthly membership if I have to be a part of this club, bro. Just AB blue issue. I mean, listen, when I was on 12 blues and AB 1, I was still losing to that deck. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Any hoozle, if you like a hero, why would you want it to LL? Because I don't like Vincent. I don't like Vincent. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I don't like Vincent. You're just butthurt? Yes! I don't know how else to say it to you. I hate those cards. Cole and Succumb can die. Hate those cards. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to flick a dagger here. No resource. No resource. And then we'll go display loyalty for 3. Curious to see if they give me a card here as well. They do not. Aw. That's just depressing. Well played. Well played, opponent. I don't have to like it, but well played. We'll throw the brand for 3 and we'll arsenal the ancestral empowerment. Or is it better? Yeah, we'll arsenal the ancestral empowerment. Hopefully they don't have a leave no witnesses. Oh, they banished my dagger? Uh-oh, this is awkward. I was too busy yelling about this. So Gavin, I think that's one of the reasons that I don't like the deck so much is because I spent so much time playing Guardian where I was just pitching blues and blocking as much as humanly possible. And then it just always felt so bad. Gosh dang it, dude. I mean, I actually think this is fine, right? Like, it feels bad, but we're just going to let it happen. Because I'm just going to lead on Tome, and we're going to pitch Tome in one of the cards we draw. I cannot play Oath of Loyalty here, so I guess we're going to pitch Tome and Oath. And then it's going to be display loyalty. It's going to be dagger, display loyalty, cut through, sound the alarm. And then we can use one of our fealty tokens on the sound the alarm. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. Hey, Michael, what's up, dude? I am loving high C spoilers. I don't think the hero is poorly designed. Oh, you were talking about Dash? Oh, I'm sorry, baby. So the reason I would actually like to see Dash LL is not because I want to see her LL, but it's because I would like to have my name on the Roll of Honor for Dash. I've never won an RTN. I've never won a ProQuest playing Dash IE. I would love to, like, she's so close to LLing that if I won a ProQuest, it could be the last weekend she's there, and I would love to have my name on the Roll of Honor for Dash. Would love to have my name on the Roll of Honor for Dash. It's going to be 4, go again. I mean, this feels pretty good. I mean, yeah, if you're not going to do anything, I'll just take the extra draw here. Let's flick the dagger. No resource here. No resource here. Crack the fealty token. Throw sound the alarm. Surgical sync just a nick. We'll go get sync. And then I'm going to activate Syndra. Only having 1 dagger is pretty awkward here. I'm curious to know, like, if we're able to win this game through 1 dagger. I would love to be able to draw the sync and arsenal it here. They have just a nick, sync below, and surgical. I'm a Ooh, they're going to give it to me? Okay, so they have just a nick or surgical. We do draw. We're going to arsenal this, which feels pretty good. I really like being able to set this up this way. Drawing into the shelter as well is not exactly an ideal situation. Do we just sink the shelter here? Try to play as much offense as we can? When we have 2 0-for-4s in hand and we're in a good position, I think we're just supposed to sink the 2 shelters here. When she first came out, I asked myself if Syndra liked books. My verdict was nah. I mean, dude, it's very possible that, like, Tome is not very good in this deck. I am definitely, like, kind of theory crafting today. So, Rising Resentment, Ravenous Rabble, Blaze Headlong, flick that, gain a resource, Demonstrate Devotion. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to go 3-4-4-4. So, 4 card 15. We're just playing Aurora. Ninjas can't read. I like that, Trent. Cole is my favorite card in the game. Listen, guys. listen, guys. I get it. I understand. I'm just not happy about it. Cole is not a bad card. It's a really good card. It's very powerful, and it does a really, really powerful thing in a hero that can utilize it extremely well. I mean, this is on hit mask, so I have to flick here to be able to play the Demonstrate Devotion. So we're just going to. Yes, we will gain a resource here. Is my opponent just like conceding here or something? Like what's happening right now? And then it's going to be Demonstrate Devotion. I mean, if you don't block here, you're dead. So, I don't know. I mean, Tome is very good in all red, Fang, and in Dromai. I do agree. If I ever got a good Huntsman or Olympia, I'd unironically be okay with trying to do some funny video content on the hero. I mean, I think people would enjoy seeing funny video content on that, like on heroes that aren't played very regularly. I think people like that kind of stuff. We're going to throw this because I don't want them to get any value off of any arsenal disruption they have. Plus, this forces another card. No Passover, please. Oh, shoo! We dodged Passover, boys. And they're just conceding. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess they were trying to do bonds plays there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. Maybe it's because of like what we played, but it felt like not a very accurate representation of that matchup. Felt like my opponent was just kind of like playing things fast and loose, and they were just like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. Let's log this game. So we went second against New. We did get the win. They got a dagger on turn 4 to 5, I think. But one dagger was enough because they wanted to race. Pushed Mask of Momentum multiple times and arsenaled as little as possible. Trying to like force people into like just like me, like taking away their arsenal disruption was a really big plan that I had when I was playing a lot of Aurora at that time, and I just decided against New that we just need to not arsenal as little as possible. Hey, yo, it's Michael. Michael, best of luck to you, brother. I think in this matchup, we're probably going to cut Tomes, right? Like, or I mean, I don't know, like, because this is a really good Sound the Alarm matchup, but this is also like a really good like Shelter and Sync matchup. Do we just wait? Hang on, let me look at my sideboard plan over here. Hang on. Let me TV timeout. Yo, I've actually got 63 cards in here in this matchup. Yo, Pog, let's go. Balling on a budget, baby. You love to see it. You love to see it, as they say. Yeah, tomorrow as in Monday. It'll be Monday. They normally do it around like 12 Eastern time. It has been my experience. Brand for tree. We're going to play the Art of the Dragon Blood here because it's a value town, population us. Michael takes 3, which, I mean, I understand. Like, Perdition is interesting. Do we flick here? We do, right? Like, we're going to flick here, and we're going to gain a resource off the vest. Keep this mask chain link alive. I hate that this is only 1 card from hand for Michael to be able to stop this, but we do have a really good 1-for-7 finisher here. We are going to enable the chat. What are your ban expectations? I'm kind of thinking Scepter. Like, Scepter's a big one. Death Dealer's probably on the list. A lot of people have said 3 of a kind, which I don't think so. Somebody said Rupon Carapace the other day. I really don't think so. I used the vest here and I don't need to because of the loyalty, so that was completely stupid. That's so funny. I shouldn't have used the vest there. I mean, flicking to keep Mask alive makes sense, but let's see. I'm running my mouth too much today instead of trying to test, and I'm playing poorly. You are correct, Sam. I do not need it this turn. All right, so because of the display loyalty, this hand's actually just insane. I really like this hand a lot, actually, especially knowing that I don't need the vest resource here is even better. That was just me being a boob. How has the Syndra Florian matchup been? I think it's an extremely, extremely close game. Personally, I think it's very, very close. I think it is a very tight game that really depends on like how aggressive you're able to be. It's also about like how quickly can they get their hero ability turned on, right? I personally think that whoever goes second is 55-45 in the matchup. That's been my experience so far. Unban at least Red Bonds of Ancestry. Bonds ever comes back, it'll be the blues you get. Oh, of course, of course. On going into some interesting notes, like how much value is up 6 and run actually so on? I have seen many times in Huntsman where you can up sticks as +8 value. I think that I definitely think that like there are Huntsman builds that get lots of value. It's just the problem is like when you have 4-card hands most of the time, you're not able to really utilize all that value. Is kind of what I've noticed. And like I actually played against a Huntsman build in the 3-1 bracket at Battle Hard in Atlanta, I think. Yeah, it was Battle Hard in Atlanta. I think we were 3-1. Or something like that. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but you know, we were like, you know, a few rounds into the tournament and my opponent was X-1. And like they were playing Huntsman. They were also on like a CYB build of the deck at that time, so we're going to get our dagger back here. I mean, I guess technically we could have used our vest for a resource there off of Kunai. Don't know that we're supposed to. They still had... Did they have... No, they just had 1 card in hand, I guess, and they just decided to arsenal it. Interesting. I mean, I honestly think Bonds would be fine. Like, don't at me. I think Bonds would be fine in this meta for Katsu. I know that's a very unpopular take, but it is my take nonetheless. Outside of being a meme and doing CYB and swing a graphene, I mean, I definitely don't think it's like the best thing in the world, but I think it has its places. I think it has its place in the metagame, is what I would say. Like, I don't know if it does right now, but if you mean like it's a meme right now, then sure, I'm pretty inclined to agree with that. I think it's a meme right now, yeah. But like, I think CYB is a very like good card, and Life Gain is very slept on in Flesh and Blood, in my opinion. It's very slept on. We're not going to banish anything. There's not really a reason to. And then we're going to go Brand, Blaze, get a dagger back, Arsenal, Sync. And we're able to really apply a lot of pressure here, putting Michael on the back foot pretty early on here. I think players tend to forget Katsu has to hit to do the thing. I completely agree, Martin. Like, it's not like you're just out here playing... you're not out here just playing Zen, where you just get it for free. Like, there are a lot of very good blocking decks in the format that can shut Katsu down. This is a weird hand. That's a really weird hand. I feel like the cut through and the flick could be pretty good. With the empowerment, maybe. I'm going to say no blocks, and I think I'm going to sink the March of Loyalty. Is the plan right here. Right? I'm gonna say we're gonna go ahead and do this now so that they cannot flick knives here. We prevent the pain in the backside flick. I know that they're gonna get more value off the flick knives here, but I'm pretty okay with this actually. I mean, like, we take no damage here, which is fine. And they're gonna codex here. What do they have the codex for? Command and Conquer? Okay. Is Art of the Dragonfire just that good, or are we looking for Brand right here? Brand is probably better, right? Because it sets up more things. We're going to go Brand. We're going to discard the cut through, and we're just going to block 6 here, I think. Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with this, because even though this was a very, very good turn from Michael, we're still up 17 points, and we have a Brand in Arsenal, which I'm okay with. How good does it feel to pummel a sneak attack? Yo, I have never had the pleasure of pummeling a sneak attack, but that does sound awesome, Topple. CYB is way better in some other heroes, but we'll always run 2 Gravekeeping and Sideboard. I mean, to be fair, like, Gravekeeping is like one of the best cards you can play against a deck like that. This hand's insane, right? I mean, actually, we'll wait and block on the next one. This hand's like crazy good. We're going to go down to 26. I'm going to hope that there's no major disruption here. Like, right now, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. This is perfectly fine with me. The short turn time for draft practice is going to be rough for Nats. I actually completely agree, Justin. I actually completely agree that the turnaround time for drafting in the Nationals is terrible. Like, there's 0 time to do it, and I'm praying that all the cards get coded as quickly as possible, because it's not looking very good for me, man. Sometimes I go second into Florian, and they just germinate for 4. I mean, it's cards, right? So I think it's fair to say that there's luck involved in every matchup, to some extent, Gabriel. But I definitely hear what you're saying, that it feels worse in some matchups than it does in others. I definitely hear what you're saying. So let's see what we rip off the Tome. We are going to pitch 2 cards. So if I pitch... I'm going to have 2 floating, which means I get to go Wrath, Dagger, Blood Runs Deep, Brand, Tag, or Rabble, and I can just pitch these 2 because I'm not really getting value out of the Ignite. I think we have to lead on the Brand here with this hand. So we're going to go Brand, Wrath, I think them blocking here is fine, actually. I'm completely content with this play, I'm pretty sure. So now we throw the Dagger for 2, which is okay here. Oh, yeah, we get like a week with the cards. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, Sam. I agree. It's going to be a very tough draft practice for all of us. I don't even know if I'm going to have access to the cards to like draft them on Talishar enough. Them giving up a card here is really solid because the Blood Runs Deep keeps Mask alive. And now this is just for 4. I mean, I love this personally because this is still Mask. We have Mask alive right here. Yo, Electrum, what's up, brother? I saw you the other day hanging out. I can't remember their names. I saw you hanging out in their chat the other day, man. Hope you're doing all right, brother. Is Cinder a good newbie deck for someone like that me that hasn't played Fab before? So Ladita, I agree that I think starting with the Ira Armory deck would be a really good place to start. If you've never played Flesh and Blood before, I would tell you to start with an Armory deck. I think that's some of the best places you can start. So we're going to get our dagger back. Mask of Momentum draws us into a card. I don't think Michael knew this was Mask. I almost typed in the chat and told Michael this was Mask, but it's really punishing for people not on big teams. Yeah, so Justin, I actually completely agree. That I think this set, this event, US Nationals, is way more punishing. All right, how do we start this turn? Started with Tome. I think that this US Nationals is way more punishing for people not on teams than normal. And somebody the other day asked me, they said, isn't every big event like that? And I was like, sure, like new sets, bigger events, like you have less resources, less people to test with and try things with. I am inclined to agree with that situation that, like, generally we are more at a disadvantage because of where we end up in the food chain, so to speak, with like teams and stuff like that. But I think this set really, like this release, this set really highlights that issue. And I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty disappointed with how this whole thing is shook out. And I think there's a lot of us that are at a big disadvantage here with how the whole release is coming out and they're doing things. So I don't know. Like I personally am not a fan of the way this whole thing is shook out. I am personally not a fan. Okay, well, the fact that they give us both cards here, I know I talk about how I'm not normally a big fan of not having either dagger to start my turn with, but I think we're just gonna push the 5 extra damage we have here. Yo, Annabelle, what up? Yeah, I saw you in Crazy Legs chat. Crazy Legs, that's who it is. Yeah, I love their streams, man. They I really like their whole vibe and like their games and the whole in paper thing. I really enjoy that kind of stuff. So here, we're going to take an 8-point life lead. We're going to put them down to 10. We're going to be at 18. We're not going to have daggers for next turn, but we do have everything else available to us. We're going to close the combat chain and we're going to pass and hope that we draw a functioning hand. So not really. I mean, this hand's fine, right? Because we get to go Ravenous Rabble into pitch Art of the Dragonfire for Sound the Alarm, Arsenal Oath, and set up a starter. With an entire new class in particular, it's going to be so hard to make Necro and know if you're taking the optimal build. Also, you're not going to get your cards easily no matter what LSS says. I think since they are letting stores give us product early, like I'm able to get my case a week early before Nats to see what I get, which means I'm probably going to stream the opening, but it gives me an opportunity. We'll take the sync here. It gives me an opportunity to get all my cards early. Hang on one second, sorry. Infiltrate, Double Trouble, and Take Up the Mantle. So they have an Infiltrate. I don't think it's going to be that hard to get my cards, honestly. I'm not super worried about having access to my cards in time, but I also have like 3 local stores, or I have 2 stores around me that I really shop from. And then this hand's good, but it's not. So I have local stores to be able to get product from. So I'm not super worried about being able to get my cards, but I think there are people who are on the bigger outside of the picture that I completely agree with there. Yeah, the in-paper thing is awesome. Maybe I'm crazy. People keep saying that about card availability being a big thing, and I guess I just don't see it, to be honest. I don't know. Like, I just don't see it, is kind of like where I'm at right now. Ignite. Demonstrate Devotion. Crack the Fealty for Art of the Dragonblood. Flick a Dagger. Arsenal the Sink. Okay, so I guess in that sense of like you're trying to buy like $70 cards is a bit of a problem. And so maybe this goes back to like my point of view of like the fact that like I have a lot of friends who are very willing to like hook me up with cards and help me out. And they were like, hey, and a lot of my buddies were like, hey, like I'm not going to nationals. Like if you need cards, let us know. We will get you cards. And so I've had a lot of people like kind of offer to help me with that. So maybe that's why I'm not as worried about it. Maybe I have a very like limited perspective on what it's actually going to be like. But buying cards the week of like on that Friday before National starts or Thursday before the event starts, I do agree. I think that's going to be a miserable hell for a lot of people. I think that's going to be a miserable hell for a lot of people. We have 12-ish people wanting to go to Nats, and when there's only 16 cases. Okay, now that is a way more reasonable thing to say, right? Like that is more about like people are not getting to like, you know, like people aren't really able to like get cards because of stuff like that, and that makes a lot of sense to me. What's a better chain ender, Lava Burst or Sound the Alarm? Probably Lava Burst, right? Because it's Pitch to Dagger, Loyalty, Lava Burst, Flick, get him back. I think that's better here, and we can save the 1 for 5 for second cycle if we need it. I haven't seen you playing Hunter Ace End against Arachne. I'm not on that card. I'm not on that card at all, Dust. I don't have it in my list anywhere. Is the biggest reason I'm not playing it. It's a very good card. I just don't have it in my deck. Guys, by the way, if you ever want to see the deck list that I'm playing, ! Deck in the chat. It'll bring up the February link for you guys. Do you think card deep dives into things like Payday? I've heard so many arguments for that card being bad, but I'm in such a minority of thinking the card is completely fine as is. Is Payday... I guess we'll just flick now. Is Payday the one that like stills a gold, the 2 for 6 that stills gold and stuff like that? Is that the one you're talking about, Topple? By the way, we're going to block with Mask the first chance we get because there's zero reason to keep Mask at this point. Our opponent's at 3. This is going to take both their cards here. Payday is the silver one. Yeah, now card availability for new players is like actually like that. Yeah. Like card availability for new players is a real thing. That's also like a really big concern for a lot of people. And I hear that. For newer players especially. I will say the one thing I will say for LSS that I think that they've done pretty strategically well this set has been the fact that they are making it a sealed calling at Nationals. We are going to pitch 2 cards. It's definitely going to be the Sink, and it's going to be the Hot on Their Heels, right? So it's going to be Dagger, Burning Blade Dance, Empowerment the Burning Blade Dance. Ooh, are we going to flick our other Dagger here? I think so, right? Like, yeah, let's keep Mask alive. Plus we have the Empowerment, which is pretty solid. And then this is Burning Blade Dance for 3. We're going to play the Empowerment here. It's not even new players per se. I've been playing a while and still don't have a lot of staples. So, yeah. I feel like there are different things that go into that. Aw. Sag. I mean, they are at 2, so they're just dead now, right? Like, the Art of the Dragonfire just ends the game here. Yeah, that's the one you thought of. It's a 3 for 6 with conditional ability. Payday is the assassin card that says if you've completed a contract this turn, create 4 silver. I don't know how I feel about that card, to be honest. Huh. I mean, it could be good, right? Like, if you're trying to generate a lot of silver to, like, use your mask and your, like, you know, your Black Tech Whisperers a lot, it could be pretty good. Seems very situationally good, I would say. Slippy, we went second. We did get a win. Op had a very slow start with not attacking turn 0 or turn 2. Gave me a lot of breathing room to take tempo. Their big turn was lots of damage, but minimal disruption. So there was a turn there where Michael was able to swing the game back and like really like deal a lot of damage to us, but it was a turn that also left me kind of in the driver's seat. And when I say kind of, I mean it left me in the driver's seat because it put me in a situation where I was able to... Ooh, this could be fun. Wait, did I say Blitz? No, it did not. No, it's gone! Crap. Hopefully somebody joins. I keep playing an OpenCC trying to get there. Payday is Garbo, very win more. I've opened like 6 to 7 boxes of Dust Till Dawn and opened a single Warmongers. I was able to get my 2 others when a player was selling his collection. So, I mean, I think that's kind of like what Annabelle's talking about, right? With like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm going to be honest. I think with... Oh, let's go. This will be fun. I think with my... the amount of like buddies that I have that are willing to lend me cards for big events, and like, you know, the number of local stores, and also like the number of people, like, you know, like Himmel really hooks me up with cards when I need cards. Now, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like I pay Himmel for all the cards I get from him, but like Himmel hooks me up with cards in like, you know, in a good, like in a timely fashion. So I think, I don't know, like I might just be a little skewed. I do not have a sideboard guide for this. Like, it's definitely sinks, right? And I assume we're on Warmongers. Like, we're probably just cutting the tomes and bringing in Warmongers as the plan here. Let's try that. I honestly have no idea if that's going to work or not, but we'll see if it works. I'm curious to see how it feels. All right, so they're on Tunic, New Horizons, and they're on the new leg piece. Okay, this is Blade Break, right? Yeah, they're both Blade Break. Turn a blue arrow in your arsenal face up, it gets go again. Okay, so this is basically just like once per turn. Like, give something go again. We can go... pitch the Rabble for Kunai into Hot on Their Hills. Actually, it's better to go pitch Hot on Their Hills for Kunai into Rabble, flick the dagger, gain a resource, demonstrate devotion. No, we need to be able to get our dagger back, so we're going to have to pitch the Rabble here, I think, is the plan. Is Tome aggro blazing? It's been pretty good so far, right? It's been pretty good so far throughout the day. Couldn't find a good 2-card hand. Yeah, your hand seemed a little awkward, Michael. I agree. Wait. I also love Graven Call. Is Graven Call the one that like puts cards into your graveyard, the blue that shot up really like big? Yo, what's up, Brad? My man said, oh, dude, no, my cup's empty. That's okay. I've got this giant jug of water. Yo, what does this do? Yo, that's not very cash money of them. If okay, chill. Jeez, a big fella, chill out here, bro. So we're gonna flick our dagger. I don't know why I attacked with the opposite dagger this time around. That was weird. I don't ever do stuff like that. So we flick the dagger. We're gonna go 1 for 4 to make a fealty token. They're going to block with 3 of a kind. I really wish we had... Maybe I'm supposed to pitch the sink. I didn't know they were going to give up this card, though, right? Man, we could have hit Mask. We also had Rabble to tell us what was on top. Ignite's not bad. If we want to block with a... If it has Harpoon... Yo! Opponent's going crazy here, dude. Gotta start with some Aqua to put the Blaze out. I love it, dude. I love it, Brad. People go nuts over Backfire, but I'm not a fan of a 2-card block 4. I mean, it's a 2-card block 4 setup, right? So, like, it is a 2-card block 4, but it's also, like, a cool 2-card block 4, right? I feel like my opponent's about to just, like, you know... What does this do? So are we just, like, trying to block this out? What the hell? What is happening? What is happening, bro? We're getting cooked. 17? And I discard a card? Come on, dude, bro. Jesus. What? All right. +3, +4. Yeah, so 6, 10, 14, 17. Okay. So they're making a gold token, it looks like. What are we doing here? Ignite, dagger, crack the fealty token, throw Art of the Dragonfire, give it go again, and then play Warmonger's Diplomacy, and we'll play the Sync here. Bro, we're getting cooked. Wait, what? So we can actually just block here? I've got to read these cards, bro. I've got to read these cards. Oh, so a non-attack action card? Okay, so we're actually just okay here, right? So we just get to block here and then have a pretty good turn, actually. Okay, never mind. Everybody ignore me. I'm freaking out over nothing. I should have played the Sync. I'm not going to go back on my opponent again. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, boys. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. All right, we got this. We are indeed playing Syndra. We are indeed playing Syndra. Why was that a rare? I actually... Wait, this card's not a rare? This card's an M, right? Yeah, like, every card they've played so far has been a Majestic. Yeah, dude, right. Yugi, what? Exactly. Is this the what does this do stream? Riku is going to be right now. It's going to be this game. We're going to have a lot of reading. Also, big hydrate for Brad while we're waiting on our opponent. Brad, making sure we're staying hydrated. They block with a blue drill shot and then change their mind? Okay, I mean, sure. They are on the Ranger Curse. Oh, this does have Battle Worn. Yo, Pausarino, big dog. We're going to flick the other dagger here. We are going to gain a resource because we're going to need it later. Should have given up the Sync below because then I won't have to worry about like what I have in my arsenal. This is Mask. I would love to get 2 cards from them right here. I doubt they will, but I would love to. Hammerhead Harpoon Cannon. Pay 4 and tap this. Your next arrow attack this turn gets +4. If it has Harpoon, just name it gets Overpower, and this has Go again. Love Cannon Marlin. Just need more Harpoons. Dude, we're about to get cooked. The rare is actually better. The rare is better than the actual M. That's hilarious. I'm sure this is a me problem, but it chaps my cheeks when people play heroes and cards before they are released. I guess I really just value pre-release as a discovery event for the community. I mean, I hear what you're saying, right? Like I hear what you're saying, Donald. Like, it is cool to be able to go to your pre-release and like have that moment of discovery with your friends where like you're all like learning cool things. Yo. Are we just gonna hold this? Damn it. I hate when I do that shit. I hate that it like changes the side for some reason. Hate the fab community doesn't test shit sooner. Chaps my cheeks. Listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for Donald saying these obscure things like that. But I mean, I do get what you're saying. Like, it is fun to be able to, like, you know, go to pre-release and like hang out and like, you know, just learn things together with your buddies. Like, I do hear what you're saying. Wait, what happened? They just draw a card? They just activate a gold? So this doesn't load? Huh. Interesting. I don't think I've tested anything in my life. I think I test a little bit too much sometimes is my problem. Like, I also get, like, I hear what you're saying, Donald, but man, like, I don't know. I struggle with... I really struggle with, like, it's a, like, Nationals is a big event. I don't think the problem is Flesh and Blood, the Flesh and Blood community testing things up front. I think the problem is the release schedule from LSS is really our biggest problem. I'm going to sink the Art of the Dragon Blood here no matter what they do. Uh-oh. We're all attack actions here, boys. Uh-oh. Yo, what up, Drew? Venus. This arrow is going to be a problem, I agree. Yo, Spoof J. Spoof, hope I said that right. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you're new to the channel, you're here for the first time, whatever your story is, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're new, and they are, what's your name, what got you into Flesh and Blood, and what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves in the chat. I would love to get to know you guys. All right, so currently this is 10. And we can block 8. So... I'm going to block Sync, and I'm going to put Wrath on the bottom. All right, well, that's a pretty easy decision. Wait, do they get to pick? Oh, no, they choose. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem, dude. If you had to guess what card is going to be banned, what would it be? I'm hoping they ban Scepter. I'm hoping they ban Scepter. It could also be Death Dealer, because Death Dealer with this nonsense is going to be a real problem. I could see Death Dealer, 3 of a kind, could also be a thing they could ban. I don't know, like, it also, like, part of me kind of thinks that because we haven't seen some of the Dash things yet, that it could just be, like, something out of Dash. Like, it could be a mech card, which would be pretty funny. So, pitch Art of the Dragon Blood to Dagger. Attack with Art of the Dragon Blood. Flick the Dagger. Have Blaze Headlong in Arsenal. Let's see. We would have... We could pitch Art of the Dragon Blood to Kunai. Attack with Blaze Headlong. Flick the Dagger. Gain a resource. Off the chest, get both of our daggers back, Arsenal, Art of the Dragon Blood. But, like, this card kind of sucks. Right here. I'm kind of thinking that, like, having our daggers is just better. Earth Wizard only? I mean, you could do that. Like, I don't hate that. Why? I mean, I hope they get rid of Scepter. I think it's terrible for the game. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and utilize it. We need our daggers. I think we're putting ourselves in too bad of a situation here if we don't. So we flick a dagger, put them to 21, activate Cinder to get both of our daggers back. And now we have a 0 for 4 in Arsenal. Yo, this hand's cracked. Yo, this hand's cracked, bro. All right, so they get to load off Marlin. The fact that they get to keep generating gold. Do you think Rootbound is too strong of a ban? I think banning Rootbound is incorrect. Non-attack action. Yo, this is not very cash money of you, pal. What does this have? Wait, what was that saying? Conqueror of the High Seas. There are 2 or more cards in your pitch zone. This gets +1 and go again? Yo, that's crazy. Oh, this is any time? So with New Horizons, this is crazy. Man, you don't even have to like do anything crazy. You shut your damn mouth about mech. We already lost High Octane for no reason. Okay, first off, Lord, it was not for no reason. Let's take a breath there, big fella. That was not for no reason. Our hand's still really good if I just keep it, right? So we're just supposed to take 8. We're going to take 8 and then 6. Like, I hate that we get got by the Command and Conquer here, but... And then they're going to use Tunic to hit us for 6. We're going to go to 7. I'm going to show him Oath. Just to let him know what's up. Alright. I wonder if there's any world they block with the leg piece this turn. We've not hit Mask once, I don't think, right? It wasn't for no reason, but she wasn't any better than Aurora, and then they buffed Aurora. Now that I do agree with. That I do agree with. And I'm not saying that they should ban it. I'm just saying, like, it's possible that, like, there is something broken. I'm just saying that it's very plausible that there is something broken in the Met class for Dio that we haven't seen yet. I don't want them to ban anything. I don't think they should. Actually, we're supposed to go here, right? I've made so many, like, undos this game. Dio tuned with High Octane and System Reset, I do agree it was broken. Azalea, Syndra in Milan ProQuest Plus. Yo, Syndra just beat a Victor? I actually think Syndra doesn't have that bad of a matchup into Victor. TBH. TBH, I think it's not that bad. I think it's not that bad. If it's red? Oh, no, that's bad for me. That's so bad for me, bro. 4 on hit mask. I mean, I guess we should flick the dagger, right? In case we decide we don't want to do anything else here. Just like that. That's why it's good to flick daggers there. So we put our opponent to 6. We're going to Arsenal Oath. It's +4 in overpower. So this is going to be for a lot. 11, 3, 4, 5, go to 1. Take 6, go to 1, and then it's Oath. We have 1 fealty token. It's Oath, Rising, Cut Through, Blaze. I mean, I guess I'm going to have to discard a card, so I'm going to discard the... No, they get to pick, which is actually pretty tough. They will not take the Rising Resentment. They should take the Blaze Headlong here would be my pick. I haven't seen any Marlin games yet. She's kind of hot even without her full kit revealed. I agree. She's pretty solid. The Milan Pika ProQuest Plus final is Azalea and Syndra. Yo, that's pretty cool. The Return Fire taking away a possible blocking card feels good. I mean, yeah, like it does like strip a card from them, like which is pretty, it's not that bad for us, right? We're gonna be able to force like 1 card out of their hand here, which means they're probably just able to kill us next turn. Like they're gonna be able to keep most of their hand here, unfortunately. Yellowfin Harpoon does not seem that good against us. Yeah, them getting to take a card there also as well, Riku is pretty bad for us, right? So they know we have a cut through here, which means I'm going to flick a dagger. This does not force a card. They can give me their leg piece and their head piece here. and stay at 4. They could actually just give me their leg piece and stay at 2, I guess. Bold. Man, getting to draw a card and do this is crazy. Actually insane. All right, so if they overpower anything, we're just dead here, right? Rutro Raggy, we're cooked. Okay, so they can give something +4, but I mean, the fact that they drew another card tells me their hand is awkward. I was like, they're just going to pull the Victor plan, and they're just going to draw a bunch of cards here. It only gets overpower if it has Harpoon in the name. So the fact that this is a Bolt and Shot means it's just +4. I love that they're like just going to like pull the Victor turn where they just draw like a billion cards. I mean, yeah, the word draw turns out to be pretty powerful, right? Who knew? Do we just play Warmongers to try and buy us a turn here? Or are we probably just dead? I mean, yeah, I personally think they should have just like activated the bow and then thrown it and then started doing this stuff. Oh yeah, so we're just dead here. Big Sag. Because we block 4, take 2. Womp womp. Good game, opponent. They were able to hit us with some really powerful stuff early. The funny part is like we had a pretty good game. Like we were able to like across 5 turns like threaten pretty high damage and we just lost. I think them being able to force 2 cards that one turn was really bad. Yeah, Marlon's going to be cool, dude. Marlon's going to be really cool. She's really powerful and has a lot of really cool effects. We did lose to Marlon. Let's see. Their first 2 arrows were guaranteed to take a card out of our hand. 17 overpower on their first arrow was wild. I also made the mistake where I didn't block with the Sink Below on the first turn. Not that it really ended up like biting us in the butt or anything, but it's just one of those plays where technically we had a better play that I could have made, and I didn't. So it's just one of those things to like keep in mind as we're going through it there. That it's just something better that we could have done. All right. I actually kind of enjoy playing in the open CC queue. It makes it much more fun for me. Yo, Abenrock, what's up, buddy? How are you? We are... Oh, man, we didn't get to pick. Sag. I was kind of hoping we could give a second here. Death Dealer also seems really interesting in Marlin. Oh, Death Dealer is going to be absolutely insane, Jax. Going to be absolutely insane. This is a 63 card matchup because they do banish some stuff. And we're just going to bring in 9 cards and we're going to run it like this. Let me go ahead and log this over here. Let's see. Slippy. We are going first this time. We did win against Slippy earlier, but we were going second, so that did help a lot. I got a Marlin Death Dealer build if you want a game. Yeah, I'm down after this for sure. Let's play one. Be a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, let's play Tome. Like, it's turn 0. We might as well, right? We are going to pitch 2 red cards here. We can pitch the Ignite. I think we're going to pitch the Ignite and... No, we're not going to pitch the Ignite. We're going to pitch the Rabble and the March of Loyalty. And it's going to be Dagger, Break the Combat Chain, Ignite. No, that doesn't work. This is weird. This is a really weird turn, to be honest.
Go. You love to see it.
Yo, Abe, thank you for the follow, man. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate the follow on Twitch. Pitch this and Rising Resentment, maybe? And then it's Dagger, break the combat chain. Dagger, break the combat chain, ignite, dagger, March of Loyalty, Arsenal to Rabble. That feels pretty good. Yeah, I think this is fine. Our opponent making the very intelligent play here of just not blocking. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the Art of the Dragonfire there. It doesn't really matter the order that we do these in, so we're just going to do it like this. I can't get both of my daggers back if I play the art here, right? At least not that I could see. So maybe there's a world where, like, maybe I like arsenaling the 0 for 4 here. I think is like one of the big, like the things that I'm big on here is arsenaling the 0 for 4 really lines up for us. We are going to flick this dagger. Keep Mask alive. We're not going to use the resource here. And then 4. There's a world I'm just supposed to throw Rabble, but they're going to give me 2 cards here no matter what. You are on YouTube and Twitch? Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I stream on both YouTube and Twitch for sure, absolutely. Yeah, I think Annabelle's going to be nice enough to play a game with us after this and help us test a little bit against what Marlin could look like if Death Dealer does not get hit tomorrow. And Jax, if you want, I'm sure that Annabelle would be more than happy to post it in the Discord if you were interested in finding it that way. I'm from Twitch. Whoever has the Death Dealer list, yeah, she might post it in the Discord. I was like, she'd probably be happy to do something like that. Thanks for tuning in the stream last night. No, dude, man, I enjoyed watching it, man. I enjoyed being there and hanging out, Abe. I was like, I just really enjoy Flesh and Blood content as a whole. It's just kind of like my thing. Like, I love watching Flesh and Blood. And plus, like, I got back last night and like my wife and I were playing Marvel Rivals, and so I was just kind of like big chilling and hanging out, and I like watching the content, man. Tar Pit Trap is real. I agree. Tar Pit Trap is really good. Tar Pit Trap's a really good card. Tomorrow equals later today due to time zones. Okay, now that also makes sense. That I do get. I mean, we could block Blood Runs Deep and Empowerment here. Or I could take 6, lose the Rabble, and it's Ignite, Dagger, Blood Runs Deep, push the Blaze Headlong for a breakpoint here, use the Empowerment to try to come over the top. The problem is that we don't have any like 3 blocks here that really work. So I'm kind of thinking that we might be better off to go Ignite, Dagger, Blaze, Rabble. Man, I don't know. The ability to just flick those cards, like flick the daggers, is just so powerful here. I think we're okay to block like this. For what it's worth, if they were playing new and they had access to the +1 off the arm piece, there's no world I'm blocking there. I mean, Annabelle, you don't have to post it in the Discord if you don't want to. Like, I'm just like, if people are interested in it, I was like, I didn't know if you care to or not. I was like, I know people like to, you know, see stuff in the Discord and stuff like that. So I don't think we really need to utilize Blood Splattered Vest this turn. It's possible that if we kept where, like, if we had kept the cards, we could have there, but I don't think this is a Blood Splattered Vest turn. Not with the way that we decided to block, I don't think it is. I'm not going to use the vest here. Tomorrow equals later today. Oh, okay, yeah. No, I get that. Like, time zone differences are a real thing. Yo, Art of the Dragonfire is a great card to Arsenal. This forces a card and the Black Tech Whisperers here, more than likely. If they have another defense reaction, it kind of feels bad, but... Azalea is arguably the best or second best aggro deck right now with Aurora gone. I mean, I think Azalea is in a really, really positive place right now. I mean, if you take Death Dealer away from her tomorrow, or like what is tomorrow for me, then could be pretty bad. Oh, this hand's great. I love this hand. We just need to be able to get to... We just need to be able to get to our turn with most of our cards. Deal. We have no arsenal. You twisted my arm. Like, I hate giving up those cards, but I think this is fine, right? So we're going to go Tome. And I actually think I just like pitching both the cards we drew here, right? Because we get to lead on Dagger, which is very strong here, because most people don't want to block this. We do not need the Vest. We could have pitched the Empowerment and played both of the Art of the Dragonfires. That could have been good there. I wonder if I'm supposed to just play the Empowerment here to draw that extra card. Yo, drawing Wrath is so awkward. I mean, this is on hit mask, so... I went 33 damage turn in one game. That's pretty awesome. That's a pretty good turn. Azalea is the exact same spot as New. It's 100 points to LL. But New won a Battle Harden, right? Like, New won a Battle Harden this weekend. I mean... Yeah, this is worth 5 points here. This is worth 5 points. I hate that we didn't block with it, so we didn't get the full 6 points out of this, but it's definitely worth throwing the Lava Burst here as an extra Chain Ender. And we have both daggers with a Wrath of Retribution in Arsenal, so that's a really powerful place to be. But if our opponent ends up hitting us with something crazy, then it may not matter. No natural go again. So we have to pitch to Dagger, and then it's Burning Blade, Wrath. This feels like a really weird hand. I think we're just going to say no blocks here on the Kiss of Death. Always had the burst. That's right. Never didn't have it. Tell him, Martin. Never didn't have it, brother. I mean, this goes to at least 4, right? God, and they get the Spike with Bloodrot text again. It's so incredibly powerful how good the whole Kiss of Death card is. Shred into Black Tech. I mean, yeah. So we're going to go to... We're basically at 11 right now, and they're going to take Sound the Alarm out of our hand. More than likely. Yeah, that's what I would have taken there. So, Roberto, I don't think we could say no blocks because we have 2 copies of Burning Blade Dance, and either way, we were giving them 2 cards there, right? Like, no matter what happens, we were just going to have to give them 2 cards, which is unfortunate. Pitch this to Dagger, Burning Blade Dance, and then buy back a Dagger. We can also gain a resource and flick the first one here. So I think that's better than just throwing the Demonstrate Devotion. Plus it makes it a little awkward for them. Damn. That's so bad for us, right? That's so incredibly terrible. Damn. Yeah, I needed them not to have shelter here, right? And we're just going to have to pass. We actually have nothing we can do here. So we're down 6 now. This is not looking good for us. This is not looking good for us. Okay. I mean, to be fair, like, that was a really powerful 2-card hand, right? Because they just went card that buys them an extra card, which in our deck is pretty much just always a 0 for 3 or 0 for 4. So if I say no blocks, I lose my Wrath, go to 7. It's Oath, Flick the Dagger, gain a resource, Demonstrate Devotion into Art of the Dragon Blood. Feels bad, but I think we have to get pressure going back here. Yeah, Rut-Row is right. Shelter showing why it's a $70 card right there. Shelter definitely showing why it's a $70 card. $70 or $80, however much Shelter is. Shelter's way too expensive in my opinion, but... I feel like I've kind of fallen into the trap today of like where I'm not really utilizing my vest very well. I don't know, like some games I feel like I've overutilized it, and then some games it feels like I've not done it enough. So I don't know. It's always like this up and down. I mean, this allows me to get my daggers back, and it also forces mask. So I feel pretty comfortable here. In our pro quest, the Syndra faced a Jarl and considered after 2 turns and went home. I mean, yeah, that's more of like a mental tilt than anything, I would say. Because like I don't, you can beat Jarl even as the all red line version of the deck. I think you can beat Jarl. You just have to understand how to play into it. Is there any world we block Hot on Their Heels and Chest? I know that not having the resources kind of sucks, but I just think that's where we're at right now. Empowerment has not looked very good this game. Empowerment has not looked very good this game. Really hope Azalea and the older heroes get LL soon. It would be great if LSS had more space to design fresh heroes without making the older ones obsolete. Yeah, I get that. I completely hear what you're saying there. Make sure to read my cards. I'm not sure what you mean, Michael. I am not sure what you mean, brother. No crown. Push this over the top here to try and help us get mask. I will activate this in response. I mean, I guess we're just supposed to throw this, right? Like, I did keep the chain link alive, so this technically forces a card. Because I flicked in response to that, this is also 4 go again, because of the brand, so we're able to get Syndra back and just set up here. Again, these 2-card turn cycles like have really benefited my opponent most of the game, but the last couple of turns, they've really panned out for me. I think I'm going to say no blocks here. So that just means we're going to give both of them, right? I mean, what does this do? We're going to let this resolve. I don't think I want to sync anything here, right? Or do I? Do I want to sync this maybe? That is technically just better, I think. We'll let the flick hit us with this, which is fine. I think I'm okay with this. We go down to 6, and then it's going to be Brand into Burning Blade Dance, flick a dagger. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to set up an arsenal here. I was following to our game. Oh, gotcha. We're finally able to get enough LL points for this to happen. I'd enjoy CC with 70 heroes as well. I ultimately think it would be a positive for the game if they like started letting older heroes kind of like hit LL. Now, to be fair, like they've really pushed certain heroes, right? I mean, like Bravo has like what? Bravo has like 2 spec cards as a Guardian or 3 spec cards as a Guardian. I can't remember. So I mean, like I think they're doing their best to try in situations. All right, we put our opponent down to 7. So this was both of us just kind of utilizing turn cycles of Flick Knives here. I mean, March of Loyalty is just a go again card. Tome looking real bad right here. Poor Reinar. Yo, Powell, what's up, brother? How are you, man? Like, we see the new Young Bravo with tap. I like the idea of a new Bravo, to be honest. Is there any world I'm blocking Cut Through and Mask of Momentum? Like, so we block March of Loyalty, and we're just dead to the Toxin, right? Like, we're just dead to the 0 for the Tarantula Toxin. I can never beat that card in this situation by blocking with 1 card, but I don't know if I'm ever supposed to play around it here, which is really weird. Yeah, Tome has been good, but now it looks real bad. Now it looks real bad. I mean, I do have the option to play to block March of Loyalty. If I block March of Loyalty and Mask, I'm playing around like Massive Disruption, but I'm playing around Toxin, which we haven't seen any of yet. I think we're just going to hope they don't have Toxin here. Codex would be backbreaking. Codex would be so bad here. Codex probably wins them the game on the spot, right? Oh, okay. Well, we're going to try and make Tome look good. Choose if you want to pitch 2 red cards. I think I'm going to pitch the Dragon Blood and Blaze, or in the cut through here. And then it's going to be Dagger. It's Dagger, Display Loyalty, Blaze Headlong. I mean, that is unfortunate for us, because it means we're not really able to... We're going to take 1 more card here, right? Like, if their hand is good, they're going to take some damage. We'll wait and flick the Dagger, I guess. Maybe I'm supposed to try and set up a 5-card hand. This is a very interesting game. That was a very, like, I think it's a game of chicken we had to play last turn is the problem. I'm currently ill, but elsewhere I'm fine. Well, dude, I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well, pal. Hope you get to feeling better soon, man. I'm glad you're here and hanging out with us, though. All right, so we flick the Dagger, put our Arachne down to 6. That was technically a turn cycle that favored us, right? I'm just supposed to throw another Dagger here, right? Now, I waited until they drew a card, which was bad, but we're supposed to do this. I did have a fealty at the start of the turn. Art of the Dragon Blood was also just another 0 for 4, right? Like, it didn't really do anything else here. I will block with Mask this turn. It's really a shame that the only 3 block I have is the one that like puts me closer to ending the game here. So if I block Cut Through and Mask here, I'm able to go Ravenous Rabble, pitch Demonstrate Devotion, crack the fealty for Art of the Dragonfire. It's been a very good game. We were able to re-equip both because of the flick, right? Like, it worked out no matter what there. Am I mistaken? I like having Cut Through on top. There's also a concern of, like, us only having 19 cards left in our deck, But I think that we're really less inclined to worry about fatigue this early in the game. The sink below, that makes sense. Art of the Dragon Fire is insane right here. This is going to put our opponent down to 2. I mean, unless they have a prevention effect, like if they discard Shelter here to prevent some damage, that could be a thing that happens. I agree. This has been a very good game of Flesh and Blood. I've really enjoyed this back and forth here. Toxin on the Graphene would have been good, right? Because they could, I mean, I don't think we can ever play around Tarantula Toxin at this point in the game, right? Like, we're just locked into never playing around that card, I think is the problem here. Okay, so this puts them to 3. They have 1 prevention floating. So we're not going to flick. I probably wasn't going to anyway, but we're taking every card but 1 out of their hand. This is really good for us. The new Herald is actually really good. The new Herald is very, very powerful. What do they block with? So they have a Shred in hand? Oh, no. They ended up blocking with a Shred? Okay. So they decide to stay at 3, and they have an unknown card in hand. Discard one of these. Are we supposed to pitch the Shelter to attack here? Or are we supposed to Arsenal the Shelter? Arsenaling the Shelter is really powerful, but I'm also very worried. There are no more Shelters in their deck, right? Yeah, there's no more Shelters in their deck, so we're just trying to look to, like, flick the daggers out to close the game out here. I don't know if it's correct to put them to 1 and not have daggers for next turn. I truly don't know if this is correct. So we're in a pretty good spot here. There's not a card that kills me from here. Like, the Toxin is really good. I think we're supposed to let this happen, right? That's fine. The Spider's Bite is fine. We're at 5. Codex is pretty good, but I think we're still safe here, right? I think we win the game here. Has Tome's been okay so far, Max? Yo, what up, Simper? How are you, brother? Red Bastion is actually pretty cool, right? Like, I think it's not bad, personally. So there's not a blue card for us to get, which kind of sucks. So we're going to get cut through. We're going to discard the Rising Resentment. We're going to go to 1. Lose this. This has been an insanely good game, back and forth. 4 go again, forces a card and the flick, or they have a defense reaction. I don't know if they're out of sinks or not. I don't think they're... Are they out of sinks? Yeah, they're out of sinks, and they're out of... They're out of sinks, and they're out of Shelters, which is really good for us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we win here no matter what. The Display Loyalty being second is good because it generates a fealty for us. And then we're going to go Blood Runs Deep with the trigger on the stack, activate Syndra to end the game here. Actually, is that correct? Or are we supposed to keep a dagger for next turn in case they do have some wild nonsense? Nah, we're just supposed to... They don't have any Shelters left, which means they don't have anything that can prevent both of these, I don't think. That all you got? And they had an Infiltrate? Man, that was a crazy close game. The fact that they were out of shelters just meant that we won there. Like, it was pretty much just guaranteed. What do you mean we died of them flicking? They'd already used flick knives that last turn there, Max. They'd already used it the turn before that, so I think we were in a really safe spot to just be as aggressive as we wanted to there. It worked out pretty well. So we were able to get a win there. Close game with a lot of back and forth. I'm trying to think of, like, what won us that game. Like, if there was, like, a big turn that, like, really won us the game there. Art of the Dragon Fire forced 3 cards late to give us a bigger hand to swing tempo with. Which, to be fair, like, feels pretty accurate. I feel like that's a pretty accurate representation of how the game ended there. Like, we were having this, like, really good back and forth game. You know what? If that Marlin game is still here, actually, is Annabelle hanging out? I know Annabelle said something about wanting to play a game earlier. Annabelle, are you still big chilling? If you're not here, that's fine, but I'm gonna wait a second and see. Yeah, Simper, no, you're good, buddy. My L today was to a Marlin, actually. We got rickrolled by a Marlin. All right, let's go. We got a private game going. Let me find Annabelle. TCG. Is this Annabelle? Here we go. All right, Annabelle, I'll shot you a game. Annabelle, best of luck. Marlin versus... I think we want to go second, right? Like, we went second last time, and it did not pan out very well for us, but I think that we can go second and get some value here. We cut tomes, ironically, for the defense reactions. I think we're going to try it again. This might be... I think we want all of the defense reactions here. We're going to try it and see what happens. Somehow I was 1 to 2 minutes behind. YouTube gets you like that sometimes, man. YouTube gets you like that. Annabelle, best of luck to you. I'm also down if you're looking for matches. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Hey, let's do it. Oh, the new heroes are very, very powerful. I agree. The new heroes are very, very powerful. Dude, the live button gives me a hassle sometimes. It really does. The live button be giving me a hassle sometimes. Oh, no, we went first last time. I think going second is going to be better this time. We went first, and it did not pan out very well. Oh, I like this Death Dealer build we got going on here. Yo! So we're going to block 3, 5, 7. Just to play around this here. And then the infecting shot is probably just going to push the value. Man, I hate to take 3 here, but I think it's better than giving up my leg piece when I need it. They already, like, Annabelle already has a card arsenal, so it's probably not going to affect too many things here. March of Loyalty, looking real awkward. Just kidding. Annabelle decided... Yeah, no problem. No problem at all, Annabelle. All right, so it's going to be Rising Resentment. And then we have 3 4s in a row. So if Annabelle blocks here, we're just going to let it hit. We are playing against Marlin, and we are going second. Milan PQ Plus stream on right now. It's Azalea versus Syndra. Is it still going on? The copper cogs are cool, dude. I think the copper cogs are cool. Personally, I like them a lot. I think they're just like fun and they work well. Tomes felt pretty good. I've enjoyed Tome so far today. Samurai. No reason to utilize the Rising Resentment here. We're not playing against Jarl. If we were playing against Jarl, we would get rid of it because we could get potential value here. Let's go cut through. Just trying to push mask here. I mean, yeah, in reactions, we're going to flick to give this go again. Hopefully there's no like prevention effect here. It's like I can't imagine there will be. So we give this go again. I mean, drawing into the sink below is actually insane, right? I think Annabelle's just going to go for the big, crazy, powerful hand here. Maybe like some Rainrazor's 3 of a kind nonsense. We're going to fall down to 37 because of the Pox token. We are not going to pay for this. I mean, yo, this hand's pretty good, right? Uh-oh. I'm in danger. The Harpoon Marlin is really cool. We actually got destroyed by one earlier, Samurai. I can't wait to troll people with 80 copper cogless, bro. Michael's out here being a savage, dude. I do think the copper cogs are like, they're just like a cool weapon. I don't know. I like that they're a buy a box promo, right? Because it's like, I buy a case of every set, and so it's just cool having 4 of them. Is the red fin harpoon the one that I hate? Yeah, that's the one that sucks. Man, Rainrazor's 3 of a kind on turn 2 is actually wild. So this comes in for 6 automatically. I was kind of hoping to utilize the Ancestral Empowerment here as like an insane like buff turn to like try and go over the top. But I think Empowerment's just looking more awkward than anything, to be honest. We're just going to block Empowerment and sink below. I think is the plan here. We're not going to sink anything because I'm going to lead on Wrath. We have a pretty good hand here all the way around. I like this hand quite a bit. We were able to play a fair bit of defense, and we're going to get to play a Wrath of Retribution turn. So it's going to be 3, 2, 2, 4. It's not the best thing in the world, but I also didn't really have a hand that allowed me to block with Dragon Scale or Flight Path there, which like is fine, right? I would have liked to, but it's fine that we couldn't. We are not going to utilize the chest. We have no reason to, and this is 4 on-hit mask, which means card and Perch Grapplers put you in an okay spot here, I think, to like be able to play like a solid 3-card hand. It's funny watching Gravy Bones play without a weapon. Can't wait to see that spoiled. I think the weapon could be pretty cool, right? I actually hope that the weapon is pretty solid. Yo, Trench. Interesting. Trench is a spicy meatball. Like, blocking with Trench is like a very interesting choice. We are not going to gain a resource. We have 1 dagger for next turn, and we probably end up in a world where we block with 1 card and Flight Path on something. Ew. Or we end up with a hand that like does virtually nothing and we cry. This hand probably just blocks 6, throws 4, Arsenal Shelter is probably the play here. The Pox token is a pretty good place to start. So this is 10 with a relevant on-hit effect, both from the Pox and getting this back. I think we're supposed to block March, Art of the Dragonblood, and Lava Burst. Or I'm sorry, and the Shelter. And then we'll just Arsenal the Lava Burst and try to set up a powerful 5-card hand here. Giving ourselves a 12-point life lead and just kind of like leaning into this whole game plan here. Or drawing another really awkward hand. I mean, to be fair, though, like we have the ability to block Art of the Dragonblood, sink below, and then come in for 5, so there's no more. There's no more. There's got to be more spoilers, right? Like, there's no way spoiler season is over Because if spoiler season is over, that means that we're not even going to know what all the cards are until, like, pre-release. Annabelle has requested to chat. Spoiler season is over? Annabelle said she drew 3 non-arrows. That's really weird. So, there's nothing. 10 p.m. Thursday is the world premiere? Okay, so it sounds like I'll be... For anybody who does not know, the... Annabelle says she's cursed against me. The 3 of a kind really prevents her from being able to play it prevents her from being able to play cards from hand. So 3 of a kind says draw 3 cards. Until end of turn, you may only play cards from your arsenal. So because she drew 3 non-arrow cards, she's really in an awkward situation here. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's over. I mean, we'll get to learn them all at the world premiere, right? Which is like good, but also like kind of sad, in my opinion. I think I'm just going to say I'm going to play the sync and then put the Art of the Dragon Blood on the bottom. Yeah, see, this is much better, much better. And now we're going to go out of our way to block with a flight path here. Yeah, it's probably just worth taking the 5 here. They're going to load something else. Codex is pretty good, but doesn't really matter too much, right? I mean, they have a pawn, like, Annabelle has a ponder token. We're just going to let this happen. Are we, like, less than 27 hours away from BNR? It normally comes out at 12 Eastern time on Monday, has been my experience. So I'm expecting BNR in, like, 20 hours. I don't know. Oh, dude, I am so ready for the BNR to be here. I am so ready for the BNR to be here. Like, I cannot stress enough how much I just want the BNR to already be here and be gone. Like, I am not a person that, like, gets a lot of anxiety around things in life. Like, as a general, like, rule. Like, not always, but, like, most of the time, like, I don't get a lot of anxiety when it comes to things in my everyday life. But man, the fact that like I'm waiting on BNR to come out is driving me up a wall. We're going to give this go again because of the Art of the Dragonfire deals 2 damage. It keeps Mask and Momentum alive, which means this is 4 on hit Mask. We're going to get both of our daggers back here, and we're going to have a card. Wait, what? I used Flick Knives to deal a damage. I'm so confused. I thought that kept that alive. Does that not keep that alive? Am I crazy? Does Art of the Dragonfire not keep that alive? I really thought it did. I guess it does not, huh? Because it says deal 2 damage to any target. I've been playing that very wrong. I'm actually super glad to learn that right here, right now. Like, thank God I know that now. Man, I've been playing that really badly then. Shoo! I'm honestly very glad that interaction came up now. Because I would have played that at Nationals and been very confused. Okay, so Annabelle just conceded. Yeah, let's run it back. Like, I'm not 45-1. Jesus, that would be insane. Let's run it back. I'm definitely down to run it back against Annabelle. We did get a win. Ops second. Was dead the next turn to Blood Runs Deep? Oh, yeah. Ops second. 3 of a kind. Hit 3 non-arrows to give us full tempo and put us in the driver's seat. Gonna play against Marlin again, which to be fair, like this is really good practice. Definitely need Marlin reps to see what I need to be figuring out here. All right, sorry, Annabelle. Was taking notes. Azalea's going to win the ProQuest Plus. It's gonna beat Syndra. Sag. Marlin could be balanced with 3 of a kind. I think it's pretty powerful, but it could be. Could very well just be like actually okay. Death Dealer by itself double loads your arsenal, so 3 Oaks seems somewhat redundant. I mean, I guess it's just for like setting up bigger, better hands, right? Like is the idea, I imagine, Drew? Like you just want to set up bigger and better hands? This is great. We get to go Ignite, Demonstrate Devotion, Flick the Daggers, Warmonger's Diplomacy. Yeah, this is phenomenal. I love this. I love this play. Ending on Warmongers is so good for us. 3 Oak could be a lot better in the cannon build. I do like that, Abe. That makes a lot of sense. Cinder had to 4 block 2 turns in a row. Is it officially over yet? Or like is it still kind of like going on? It also feels like it really matters that like Annabelle was not able to set up a lot of 5-card hands there. I'm curious to know if like we'll really be able to utilize that. Like how often like will the New Horizon actually come up inside of Marlin? Like right now there's a 5-card hand, or I guess technically a 6-card hand. But like it's like the 6-card hand is like, you know, man, that's a good arsenal though, right? Like it's very clear that like playing this is just insane. I can only imagine Scottish filter incoming in the chat. Annabelle. She just said, well, fuck in the chat. Are you going to see Hurry Up tomorrow? Michael, I'm not sure what you're asking, buddy. I apologize. She said, can you just not? Let me show off the silliness. All right, fine. We'll throw the lava burst. Just because we want to let Annabelle do the cool thing, we're gonna make the worst play here. Tome's been pretty good so far, Stolzer. I've actually liked it. It's a new movie. It's a movie about the new the Weeknd's new album. Oh, that's kind of cool. I probably won't see that, to be honest. Like I like The Weeknd, but I don't know, like probably won't see that, to be honest. I think we can still end on Warmongers this turn. I mean, yeah, like listen, we're all about seeing the new stuff, right? Like even though Warmongers is insane and we know that it shuts down this entire turn basically in testing theory, I would much rather see what Annabelle has put together here. Face up arrow cards played from Arsenal gain go again. Okay. You may, oh my gosh. Hitting me with the try shot? I mean, no disruption so far, so. Azalea didn't kill and the Cinder played Warmongers? I heard it was trash. Are you talking, oh, Heat Seeker's insane. Are you talking about, yeah, we're gonna take this, right? Like, we're totally okay to just take this. We are actually totally okay to just take this. Ugh. There's a lot of damage. So we fall down to basically 19. The real question is, are we supposed to lead on Art of the Dragonblood? I think we're just supposed to play the Ignite. We're supposed to go Ignite, Dagger, Blood Runs Deep into Rising Resentment. Is pretty good here. That is Tri-Shot, right? Tri-Shot's cool. It's been really good at fixing some of our awkward hands, Stolzer. Like, we've had a couple of, like, really weird clunkers, and it's actually kind of, like, cleared up some of, like, the real awkward, like, value that we kind of would have missed. I love that we're blocking Trench here, because now it's Blood Runs Deep. Flick the Dagger. We don't need a resource. Down to 19, and then it's 3 go again. Annabelle does not want to block with a... We're going to crack the Fealty token, and we're going to throw Art of the Dragonblood for 4 go again. This is on hit mask. If she blocks this, we will activate Syndra, flick a dagger, and then play Warmongers. Flick a dagger. Put you down to 15. And then it's going to be Warmonger's Diplomacy. I'm going to choose War. She chooses Peace. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, Jesus. Sorry about that. Had to run and use the bathroom. I thought I could make it to the end of the stream. Clearly, I was wrong. This hand is not great. Oath. Pitch Art of the Dragonblood for dagger. Into Hot on Their Heels, flick a dagger, get both of our daggers back, Arsenal Art of the Dragonfire. Or Annabelle said, I told her I was thinking, and she said, it's cool. Hands check? Yo, right here, dude. I don't even know what that means. A bold play and I leave? Chair stream. Oh, man. Stolzer, yeah, it feels like a really good Arsenal target, and it also feels really good on turn 0. Like, I think it's a very good turn 0 card because it helps us filter a little bit, but I also think it is a good Arsenal card. So we're going to pitch here, and then we're going to throw Hot on Their Heels, and we'll see how this plays out from here. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I did not wash my hands. I ran to the bathroom and came back. I did not wash my hands. I'll just level with y'all while we're live here. I hate we can't flick a dagger here. Blocking with the Sikkim shot's actually like pretty good. This does help Mark, which is cool. We're going to flick the dagger. We're not going to gain a resource because we can't play the Art of the Dragonfire. And then we're going to get this back. Listen, I wash my hands almost every time I go to the bathroom, okay? And I didn't because I was coming back so that I could finish the game before Talishar just kicked me out. Yo, the Syndra won? Are you being, like, for real, for real? Like, are we on God for real right now, dude? Because that's actually wild if that's the case. Yes, almost fine. You all got me almost all of the time. I cannot believe Syndra won. The Azalea bricked so hard and Warmongers was brutal. That's actually wild. I cannot believe Syndra won that game. You love to see it, though. You love to see it. I mean, there's 7. Are we just blocking Mask here? Imagine all the bacteria on my keyboard right now. I don't even think I've touched my keyboard since I got back. Eight. Jesus. So block 3, take 5, go to 5, and then this is coming in for 7. So we're gonna have to block. Ugh. I mean, yeah, listen. Listen, I went to the bathroom and ran back for you all. That was for you all. Okay, so it's brand, display, empowerment, flick, gain a resource. We go to 1. Like, another Rain Razors can't even be played to kill me there. That was a really good turn. There was 1 Warmonger. Warmongers where Azalea got 4 non-attacks. That's crazy. Hey, what's up, Chang? Tome has felt pretty good so far today. I will not lie. Tome has felt pretty good so far today. We are going to go flicking here. It's going to create a fealty token for us because of the mark from Hot on Their Hills, which is really powerful. We're also going to throw display loyalty, which gets us another fealty token here. Ancestral empowerment looking real good. Real good. Oath of loyalty not looking real good. This puts Annabelle down to 3, and this is 5. So this is at least 1 card. Man, drawing that off the empowerment sucks. Because we're just forced to get a dagger back and lose it. Actually, no. We can... We can do this. Yeah, this is better. This is so much better. And now we just get the pass. Seek and Destroy gets all of my stuff. That is a big pass-a-rooney. Okay, it was just a concession. Okay. Gotcha. I didn't know what was coming there. All right. Well, now I am going to go wash my hands. Now I am going to go wash my hands because I normally wash my hands after the bathroom, but I ran back. Better deck builder than me? Oh, I don't know about that, Annabelle. I don't know about all that. Hang on. Let's fill out our log here really quick, though. We did win. So we did get the win. Mask got 2 cards in the mid game, and Art of Dragon Fire was able to force the last card late. All right, I am going to go wash my hands really quick, actually. I will be right back. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody take a breath. I have washed my hands. I have washed my hands, and we're back. Chair Stream 2.0. Listen to this guy. You know what? Let's play one more. Let's get one more game going. If anybody wants to play, I am playing in the Open CCQ. So, like, if you got a deck from the new set you're working on and you want to play against me, I'd be more than happy to play against you guys. But yeah, we're going to play one more before we call the stream for the day. I feel like we've gotten a pretty good amount of testing in. Felt pretty good today. Breathe in the freshness. Hey, Pedro, yes, we are on all reds now. We are on all reds. Oh, let's go, Prism. All right, so we're on Mask of Momentum, we're on Furnace in this matchup, and we're on Paupers. Actually, I have to look at my sideboard guide here. I have to check my sideboard guide here. Oh, I never made a Prism matchup for the all-red version. All right, so here's what we have to ask ourselves. Oh, I'm sorry, Abe. We can play one next time I'm live. TCG gamer bullied into hygiene on stream. What in the Yu-Gi-Oh? I think we should just cut tomes and be on all the defense reactions. Should be the plan here. Awkward. Let's just pass. Actually, you know what? Let's just pass. Let's just pass. Do I need to check my do I need to check my DMs like after this game or like after I get done with the stream, Martin? I'm good either way. I just want to make sure. We're going to give them the old Blanche here. Get them the business. Okay. And that just ended up eating the entire turn. You love to see it. We're going to lead on Ravenous Rabble. There are no blues in the deck, so this should fit pretty well. Having the Sink Below in Arsenal is also very good. Inspire Lightning as the background? Yes, I love the card art on Inspire Lightning, dude. I love the card art on Inspire Lightning. It's like my favorite card I never get to play. I'm going to throw the cut through here. Like, let's throw the cut through, and then I will utilize Flick Knives here this turn. Now, if they want to shut down my turn by, you know, having a prevention effect or utilizing, like, you know, Halo or something to stop my Flick Knives giving this go again, I'm okay with that. I think that is overall a win for us. And then this is 3 on hit mask. If they let this hit, we are in the awkward situation of, I was like not having a dagger for next turn. Getting a blue Herald of Protection, that's a W to me. That's a W to me, boys. Also, hang on one second. Let me add this to the list here really quick. We're playing against Prism. We did have to go first, which could have been a little awkward, but I think our Pauper turn just lined up really well. I want to see your reaction. Okay, I will look at this after this game. I will look at it after this game, brother. So we have Art of the Dragonfire and Sink. Bottoming nothing. Like our hand quite a bit. Our hand's really good. If the second Herald hits, we're just going to let it happen. I mean, depending on what it is, obviously. Ugh. We could block Hot on Their Heels and Flamescale Furnace. And then go Ignite Kunai Rabble. But there would be no daggers for next turn. We could also block Furnace, Flight Path. Nah, I think we're just going to take 5 here. Like, I hate giving them 2 Spectral Shields. Actually, we're going to give them a Ponder here, which feels bad, but I think we have to, right? Like, I don't think we can give up the value of not having daggers. I don't think I can give up the value of not having daggers here. If they block with footsteps here, that would be pretty good for us, I think. Yeah, I love this. I love this. This is such a bad block. Like, and I don't mean that to be rude, but like they don't know the context of our hand. But with the way, actually, I feel like this is pretty on the nose that this is a bad block to make, right? Because if they block this way, unless they plan on just letting the Figment of Erudition go, they know that we need the Kunai to hit, which means they should block with a card. I think they should block with a card, let the Spectral Shield eat this, and then they know that there's no on-hit mask, right? I don't know. I actually think that was a pretty bad block. Maybe I'm kind of like losing it here, but that did not feel like a very good block. Tell me if you feel differently in the comments, or in the comments, Jesus Christ. What is happening? Tell me if you feel differently in the chat, in the comments. God, I can tell I record videos sometimes. I'm okay holding the Flick Knives available, just holding it up here. We're going to activate this for free. I know we didn't get value out of the Flick Knives here, but I'm okay. Flip here. Unfortunately, I did not draw a card to punish them. I would have loved to have drawn a 0 for 4 there, and I just did not draw the card to punish them. Now, they don't have any soul right now, so they don't really have the ability to, like, also punish us here either. I need this first Herald to be a 6, so that I can block Hot on Their Heels, Furnace, and Flight Path. Fealty, Art of the Dragon Blood, Display Loyalty, Blood Runs Deep, and we have the Empowerment also. Ooh, they're going to lead on Halo. Spicy. Protection? Yeah, okay, so they use their Halo to be able to turn on the Erudition, which makes a lot of sense. I actually think I'm okay with this, right? Like, if we let this hit, this is fine because we have a good value turn next turn. Like, I could give up Hot on Their Heels and the equipment here, but I don't think I'm supposed to. Courage token is a little obnoxious. Yeah, we're just going to take 8, go down to 17, and play our hand. I think we're just going to try to get very aggressive with our turn. Ravages push us to 16. They flip another Figment, which is fine. We will target them. I'm going to target them with everything here. Let's go Display Loyalty. I think we'll throw Display Loyalty second. They're going to let the other Angel go, which I think is just the best play. And then it's Blood Runs Deep. This gets the Spectral Shield off the field. And now this is 2 go again. Be curious to know if they give us a card here. Hot on Their Heels for 3 go again. So we now have 1 mask trigger. We have 1 mask chain link active. This is going to be our second. I am going to play the Ancestral Empowerment here. Gosh, you got to be kidding me, dude. That feels so bad. We're going to need a popper here. We're going to need something good this turn. Or we're going to have to really utilize our equipment this turn, I think. Blanche and the Sink Below looking pretty solid. I mean, unless you... No, there's no way for them to play it. There's no way for them to play the -1 here. Yo, what's up, bros? Tome has been pretty good. How's Hartford going? Are you playing the ProQuest Plus? I think we're just gonna sink the Lava Burst here. Look for a better card. That's actually great. Man, if we had sunk the Burning Blade Dance, that would have been even better here. Trent said, "Don't choke." Thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. Listen, we're gonna try and keep this together here. We're gonna try and keep this together. Make a fealty token, which feels pretty good. It's gonna be Ignite for 2. I'm more interested in raw damage than I think I am making sure that we try to trigger Mask. Although triggering Mask this turn is going to be really difficult regardless. A Vintage Cube is reminding me why Fab is a better game. I mean, I have to tell you, I really enjoy Vintage Cube, honestly. That's one of those things that, like, that's like one of my, like my Magic guilty pleasures that I actually really enjoy. But I do get it. I think Flesh and Blood is the superior game. I am inclined to agree with that. So this just blocks 1 is all this does. Like this actually just blocks 1. And then we get to use Burning Blade Dance to take a card from their hand. Like you have to give me a card here. Like you have to give me a card in the form of blocking or flipping. And if you just pass to flip, I'm not going to do anything. Then when you flip in response, I'm going to flick the dagger. I think blocking is the best option there. And then we're going to get both of our daggers back. Our opponent's at 1. We're at 16. And we're just going to try and hang on. We do have Mask and Furnace to block with here. Plus drawing the Shelter is pretty hot. I can't believe they put an infinite combo in a pre-con deck. So dumb. Wait, what? An infinite combo? Wait, what are we talking about, Samurai? Now I'm curious. You have my attention now. I actually like Arsenal the Shelter here, right? Because the flick pretty much ends the game next turn. Or it forces them into really awkward blocks. Like we're gonna take 3 cards this turn and have the Shelter in Arsenal. Oh, it's in the Final Fantasy precons? What infinite combo do they put in the Final Fantasy precons? Now I'm actually just curious to know. All right, so that eats that. We're going to pass from here. If they flip, I will pitch this to Syndra to throw the dagger. Now you're forced to give me your last card as well. Yep. W. We have no daggers, which is unfortunate, but as long as we don't draw like a brick, we're fine. So as long as we don't draw something like this. Walking Ballista, the new card that adds counters. Oh, so there's like a Hardened Scales precon deck. Crack a Fealty, play Cut Through. This is not good for us. This is not good. The brick we asked for indeed, Trent. The brick we asked for indeed. So we have two options. I can either pitch Wrath and Cut Through to give this go again. We activate Syndra to get our daggers back. We flick to kill the angel, and if they don't have a defense reaction, we win. Okay, so they have the soul shield. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. And now we're going to play... We're going to Arsenal the display loyalty and set up here. We're going to, again, block 7. Hopefully they don't have the Wrath. If they do, Sag for us. Or if they have another, like, War Tune Herald, that's also pretty bad for us. But we're just playing to the out that, like, we're hoping they don't have anything crazy powerful. And now this turn should end the game pretty much here on the spot, I think. I think you just send Draconic Cut Through, pitch to Syndra, and then flick. Yep, I agree. It's kind of crazy that they're just giving infinite combos to stuff like that, like in pre-con decks. That is pretty wild to me. I'm inclined to agree with the fact that that's pretty crazy. We're going to throw 4 here. There's no reason for me to do anything. We flick in response. Yep. I don't think it realized they had the Angelic Wrath finally. So it didn't really matter. We were able to close it out over Moore there. I am curious about Moore's blocks that one turn. I'm really curious about the blocks that one turn for Moore, because I didn't really... I don't know. I was a little confused. I didn't understand the way that he blocked, but I don't know. I'm assuming there was a reason, and I just don't know enough about it. It's karma for washing your hands. Dude, lol, that's hilarious. More just throwing more shade at me for not washing my hands earlier. That's hilarious. I went back and washed my hands. Everybody can be aware. We did win. Poppers and D-Reacts lined up well for us to keep the board clear and apply pressure. Holding Flick Knives as long as possible is really strong to force awkward blocks. Okay. I mean, so we ended up going 7-1 on the day. Like, the whole record felt pretty good. Felt like we had a pretty good run today. Everything felt pretty clean. We'll go ahead and pull up the deck here and talk about it for just a second. So I'm calling it Aurora Impersonation because we're on a lot of 0-for-4s in the deck. Admittedly, Tome did not feel like the best thing in the world. It was not bad, but it wasn't that great either. It did kind of serve as like a pseudo blue. We go down 1 card basically to have resources that turn. So it's kind of how I'm seeing it. It did give us a better hand one turn, and on a turn where we didn't have much of a great hand to be able to do anything with. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it just, like, it felt okay. I'm probably going to test it again tomorrow to see how it feels. We'll see what happens. Also, B&R is coming out tomorrow, so tomorrow should be a pretty crazy day. Tomorrow should be a really interesting day. But Tome felt okay. The other change, we were playing Sink Below over the Loyalty Beyond the Grave. Sink Below felt much better. Sink Below felt much better to me. I like Sink Below a lot in the deck today. It felt really, really good. I saw an increased amount of players, including those 1-for-5 dragon attacks and Syndras. What's your take on them? Yeah, I think they're really good. Art of the Dragonfire is really good at just like being a 1-for-7. It's a really powerful card. I like it a lot. It works well with our fealties. The other card that people have been playing is Art of the Dragon Scale, which is the destroy. You put a -1 counter on an equipment and then destroy it if it has 0 block, which is insane because it lets you destroy your opponent's Flick Knives. It's a very good mirror tech card. I'm honestly debating if I should be cutting Sound the Alarm for that card to give me more mirror help, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm honestly not 100% sure because Sound the Alarm has different value into different matchups that I like a lot, but those are also matchups that we could get a ton of value out of Art of the Dragon Scale in. So it's something to definitely consider. And it would also serve as our 7th, 8th, 9th, and copies of 1-cost cards in the deck. So it could work really well. I won't be live because I have to work tomorrow, but I will be on tomorrow night talking about the bans. That's for sure. That's for sure. The Blanches are really good. So without the blues to attack with them, I should just be on Battlefront Bastion. That is just a like 100% correct take more. I was originally on Blanches because in my 9 blue list, I can throw it from time to time. But without the blues to throw it, I think we should just be on Battlefront Bastion. It's probably a change I'm going to make. And I appreciate you pointing that out. All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys for being here and chilling with me today. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel and you're on Twitch, make sure you follow. It goes a long way in helping me out. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. You know, throw some stuff in the chat. Any interaction helps out a whole bunch. Thanks for being here. We will be streaming tomorrow night talking about the B&R announcement, and we'll also probably be playing some Cinder games. I don't know. I'm hoping to try and get back to some in-person paper games. I haven't been able to do that over the last few months. Ever since Carly and I bought our house, I haven't really had time to set it up and do stuff, but I'm hoping to start getting people back into coming over to the house and playing cards in person once a week. So might try to do that some this week. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Have a good day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb.